Welcome back to the Brother Pill podcast, episode number 10. And today we're talking about something very epic as it relates to the Black community. A brief report that was written in August 1st, 2014. And there was a report written by Dr. Brooks B. Robinson entitled 22 Reasons Why Black Businesses Fail. If you're coming into the chat, we welcome you here. We will have Angry Man here in a minute and Steve the Dean a little bit later. But, I want to first introduce myself, O'Shea Duke Jackson. This is my secondary channel, the O'Shea Vlogcast. You can find me on my main channel, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and my daily blog, www.negromanosphere.com. When we look at the Black community, as far as in inner city ghettos, and even in, the middle class of Black America and elite Black America, we somehow think about that there are not enough businesses that are there. Okay, that's a preconceived notion. There isn't business there. There are not enough businesses to circulate through the community. I believe that, a lot of these things are false. We're talking about the lack of Black businesses. The fact is, it's not that it's a lack of Black businesses. And I believe that's Angry Man right there. The issue is there is a lack of businesses that are functional. And see, that is the problem that we got to talk about, is because we do have a lot of Black businesses there, right? I went to Africa, for example. In June, I was in Kampala city center area in Entebbe. There were plenty of Black businesses in Entebbe, plenty of Black businesses in Kampala. But one of the problems that you saw was in close proximities to one another, there were a lot of businesses that were close to one another. Okay. And that was one of the issues, is they don't have a lot. They have more businesses than viable customers. So we do have Angry Man here in the building. I want to let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's good, O'Shea?
All right, this is Brother Pill podcast number 10. Let everybody know where they can find you at before we get started for real and everything like that. So
you guys can find me on the Angry Man channel on YouTube. You can find me at all social media, on all social media at Angry Man channel.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to send the link to Anthony Brian Logan also as well, in case he wants to join. Let me talk to you about this really quick, because I'm glad that you're here. Okay. With respect to Black businesses, and I was just speaking about this, we think that we have a lack of Black businesses in the Black community. And we're going to go through this 22 reasons tonight. But to me, I feel that we have a lack of functional Black businesses that are actually running, that can do business, that can provide products and services that are necessary. What's your take on the lack of Black business being functional in the Black community? Or do we have, what's the problem with Black businesses on your take?
In my opinion, the biggest problem we have is a diversity of businesses. Like we tend to have the same businesses over and over again. Most Black businesses are going to be barbershops, salons, clothing stores. Very rarely you're going to see Black dentist offices, Black doctors' offices, Black, there's just a wide variety of businesses that we never touch. If we do, it's few and far between. I think that's the biggest issue we have, is a diversity of businesses.
And that is exactly true. Let me see if search for Uhuru. I didn't think it was too late, but if Dynans wants to, definitely wants to join in on this one, because he's been to, different countries in Africa. Shout out to Charles Faulkner. See, that's the problem that I saw. Not only do you hit the head on the nail, I saw the same problems in African American communities that I saw in Kampala, Uganda. I think I saw the same thing, because in close proximities to one another, you will see the same furniture stores. you would see all of these different things, that hair salon, just a lot of clothes shops. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
And then what you will hear is these same people say, oh, well, black businesses don't support. Now, that is true. A lot of times black businesses don't support. But at the same time, do you feel that we don't support because it's saturated in certain type of businesses?
I think that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that we tend to jump, like, in my opinion, black people don't try to be innovative. We try to, like, it's almost like we don't want to do the groundwork. So we'll jump into businesses that people have already established. And the problem with that is you can't compete with Macy's. You can't compete with these larger stores that sell clothes, And when you have a business like a barbershop or salon, like, that's only going to be a certain amount of money. You can't really, it's difficult to expand that. And even still, when you have like those type of businesses, we don't tend to, like, you're not going to see black people come out with a Supercuts. They're not going to franchise their barbershop. They're not going to sit back and brand it and say, okay, this is going to be the like Brother Pill barbershop. Right, you're not going to see them. They're not going to make that shop and then go to another city and make a uniform shop that looks just like that shop so that they can expand the brand. And
I don't think people caught that, because you just dropped some gems on branding there. Let's talk about that, because what you just said was so epic and many people may have missed it. Can you reiterate what you said? Because what you said was actually a lot of free information and game for those people who are looking to do business. So go ahead and reiterate that.
Well, yeah, like, black people don't put focus on branding. We don't realize how much money can be made by, okay, if you have let's say, for argument's sake, like, I don't know if anybody has seen that movie, The Founder, with Michael Keaton, where he plays Ray Kroc, who a lot of people think Ray Kroc started McDonald's. He didn't. That's why it's not called Croc's. It's called McDonald's. There was two McDonald's brothers who had innovated this new type of restaurant, which we call now a fast food restaurant. They figured out a way to make it more efficient. And back then they had like a lot of diners, and people would go to the diners and it would take forever to get their food. But these people were lining up at this place called McDonald's because they could get their food right away. And Ray Kroc was in the business of selling, at the time he was selling milkshake machines. And he saw this freaking business because he was going around the diners and he couldn't sell his mixers. He would have like the big industrial mixers that could mix like multiple milkshakes, and nobody was buying them. But there was this one store out in California that was buying, like, they wanted to order 6 of them. He's like, 6? Like, that can't be right. So he goes out to see this restaurant, and like the moment he saw it, he was like, yo, you gotta expand this. You gotta make this a household name. And he realized that they had taken and they had created a system in that restaurant, which was a uniform system that could be duplicated. So it was Ray Kroc that came along and made McDonald's what it is today by franchising and making it, he said, let's put one here. And basically what he did is he decided to franchise the business everywhere. And so now, say for argument's sake, you got an awesome clothing store, you got an awesome barbershop. Well, black people don't realize if your barbershop is awesome and you have a logo and you have a uniform look for your business, you can go somewhere else and put that same thing up. And 9 times out of 10, you can get ahead of that curve of having to wait for spreading the word, because people are going to say, oh, that's the same thing that I saw in this city. They got good business there. People like black people don't understand the value of branding.
Right.
You understand?
That's very awesome information. And what you just said, and I'm pretty sure if you know, I was trying to get Dynas to take, but he's not going to be able to make it tonight because he's been, you know, over 7 African countries, and the lack of branding is just not an African American problem. It is an African problem.
Really?
Oh yeah. In fact, the brands that I saw doing well were your typical KFCs, Apple product stores. Now I did see a pretty good restaurant there called Java's Cafe, which is owned by 9 Blacks. Shout out to Rodney Holmes for that donation. But the point that you made is so epic because same problem in Africa. You see all these small shops. These shops are looking to be very small. They are not looking to be to become franchises. So let me start off with the first thing, and we'll be having people join us a little later. Let me see here. And this is reason number one. They said black businesses fail. And like I said, I'll post this article here for you brothers to read it in the show. It's the structural reasons, incompatible mentality and lifestyle. Black businesses fail often because entrepreneurs who initiate businesses don't have mentalities and lifestyles that accommodate business operations. Entrepreneurs may have fantabulous notions concerning what it means to own their own business. Example, high income from profits, increased leisure time, status that comes with recognition in the community, etc. In other words, having a business, you're recognized, you have money, you have more free time. What they fail to imagine is the reality of business ownership, being owned by the business. Stop the show. We were talking about it yesterday. You said sometimes you spend 18 or 19 hours on the Angry Man channel.
Yeah.
Really what that means is that your business owns you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Once new business owners recognize the persistent grind and the total immersion, if you guys know what immersion means, like if you're baptized, you're fully immersed in water, like you're underneath, your body is completely full of water, or you're completely full of the business. That business requires they tire easily of the process. Stop the show again. You're a business owner. Let's talk about the persistent grind and effort that you need to do to stay viable.
Oh my God. It's never ending. It is a never ending thing where you have to, if you want to be successful at business, and I think who was it? Not Dale Carnegie, but who's the guy that wrote Think and Grow Rich?
Let me see. This guy is Napoleon Hill, actually.
Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill said in the 17 Laws of Success, or I forgot how many laws it was. He said that you have to, what he noticed, because he went around and studied all of the multimillionaires. He said what he noticed about all of them is whatever it was they were in business doing, they eat, sleep, and breathe it. He said most people will have a thought process that you have to have a shotgun approach at business, meaning put your eggs in a bunch of different baskets. He said, no, if you want to be successful, meaning supremely successful, you got to put all your eggs in this one basket and protect it with your life. That's basically what you got to do. So you got to eat, sleep, whatever business you have, you got to eat, sleep, and breathe it. Like, it's more like a lot of people think it's easier to have a business than work a job because you feel like there's not going to be anybody hanging over my shoulder, making sure that I do this. But that's actually the downfall of most businesses, because nobody's going to tell you to do anything. You're going to have to be motivated to do it. And you're going to have to do it at the same pace or effort that the people who started the business that you have a job at. Because you may go to your job and only work 8 hours, but the person who started that business, trust and believe, they didn't work 8 hours. They probably worked freaking 12 hours, 16 hours a day, to get that business to where it is. Like, you got to eat, sleep, and breathe that shit. You can't just, I I spend days where I'm always in this chair. Like I'm always in this freaking chair, man. And if I'm not in this chair, I got my phone with me. I'm constantly checking what's going on. Like it's a never ending thing. Like you gonna have to keep it rolling.
Let me review some of the other part. I'm glad you're weighing in on that. It says the entrepreneur and the business are incompatible. No, so basically what happens is once they find out how much effort it costs to run the business. And I'm not talking about costs based off of just monetary concerns. I'm talking about the cost of running the business as time, as the lack of not hanging out with your friends, not being around your family, that kind of cost, right? After people begin to attempt to superimpose their mindset and lifestyle on the business, the entrepreneur and the business are incompatible. In this case, it's just a matter of time before non-committed entrepreneurs begin to make bad business decisions for these two reasons. Number one, they are not well informed about business operations due to their absence from the business to meet their lifestyle requirements. Or two, they leave important decisions to others because they reduce their personal involvement in the business. Let's talk about this. And Angerman, if you need an actual link to this particular article, I'll put it in our commission chat.
Okay.
So you can follow along. So you can see, read what I'm reading. But let's talk about these two reasons because, a lot of businesses, and we've seen even YouTube channels that were doing pretty good. Guys that had more subscribers than we did. And certainly, arguably, could have been just as good. But one thing that certain people probably don't realize is that it is hard work. They're not informed about business operations. And let me ask you this. If you take a break from your business, what's going to happen to it, in your opinion? And it's in its stage right now.
It's gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down. It'll be losing momentum. And most people don't understand that concept. The best way, better yet, there go Jap. That's what I'm talking about.
What up, man? What y'all niggas on?
What's good, man?
Shit.
Talk about
we
business.
got Minister Jap in the building tonight.
I just got the text from O'Shea. My bad. I ain't want to interrupt. I just got the text.
Word.
Shit. I'm out here at Target.
Oh, okay. We're talking about 22 reasons why black businesses fail, fam. I think this is a good topic for you too.
Oh man, you already know, man. Me and Angry Man just talking about that. First of all, a lot of these niggas don't even want to. They want to shame you into when you're trying to get money.
Right.
They don't want to do good business unless it's with white people. They don't believe in the quality of your product unless it comes from a white person. Like, it's just everything has to be stamped, and then everything wants to be a hookup or some free petty ass, penny pinching ass, pocket watching ass shit. I truly, like, we would be rich by now if we were doing business with white people, but because they understand business, they respect it. They respect your hard work, and I could imagine even if I was a rapper selling a mixtape to the white community than the black community. You know what I'm saying? My shit'll go.
I think you dropped some good gems.
Yeah.
Jap, when you get home, are you still gonna be with us, man? Or
no, I'm just checking in for a quick second, man. I'm
okay,
just,
you gotta go.
I remember we've been trying to get together for a minute, man.
Man, you're a superstar, man. That is true. But I'm just saying, I try to make you feel good about yourself, real quick, player.
Yeah, man.
Jap be going hard.
Let me. So Jap, I'm just come right to you. Let me ask you this, angry man. If you, and I'm gonna ask Jap the same thing, but if you take a break from the business because you want more leisure time, you said the business that you have is going to slow down.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's like, all right. The best way to put it. When I was 19, I worked for a guy that's like a millionaire now.
Okay.
He said that business is like, especially if you're dealing with sales, is like, you ever see one of those old school wells that got the handle that you push like this to pump water?
Yeah.
He said your business is like that. He said you can pump and pump and pump, and because the water is at the bottom of the damn well, you're gonna be pumping forever. And it's going, you feel like your arm gonna give out. But once that water starts coming out, it's gonna be gushing. But if you stop pumping halfway through, all of the water falls right back down to the bottom, and you got to use twice as much energy just to get it back to where it was at. So that's how I always view business. Like, you got to constantly be doing what you're doing. And once you see what you're doing is working, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. If anything, you got to do more of it. Because if you stop, that shit gonna start. Money has its own energy, man. So when you slow the money down, that shit will almost come to a complete stop. And you be like, what the hell just happened?
real quick, let me interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
I think that O'Shea should expound on this a little bit more. It's not that the reasons why black businesses fail. Talk about why pro-black businesses fail. Because pro-black is a mentality that will set you up for failure in anything relating to money. Pro-black, I can't name a good pro-black business. I don't know one. Someone enlighten me on a good pro-black business where they discriminate against anybody who's not black. They hire black. They buy black. Everything is made by biggity black hands.
Yeah.
And it makes green money.
Search for who says Nation of Islam, but I can't even say that because they sold out with L. Ron Hubbard a few years ago. So,
but no. It's not a pro-black business because they still do business and trade, and I know this for a fact. They do business and trade with white companies.
Right.
They have farmland.
That is true. They do.
They're into agriculture. They're into a lot of things. They don't fucking say, "Oh, you're white, you can't buy from us." No, not at all. Those books and literature and everything is free for anyone to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's just a black ram business.
It's a good point. Let me jump into what you're saying, Angry Man. I gotta say something, add to what you're saying, and then Jeff, I'm gonna just put your part on mute because it's some noise in the background. So, let me say this real quick, Angry Man. One of the reasons why you can't take a break from your business, I'll give you the best reason. The person who's going to be replace you doesn't care about that business as much as you do. Let me give you an example of what I mean. The Angry Man channel, or the Miniature Jap channel as we know it, started off in recording in cars. I remember both of you started very similar. When I used to watch Miniature Jap, he was always going from one place to another. He's actually driving. The difference between the early Angry Man channel videos is Angry Man was in a stationary place in the car, both in the car. Okay. Angry Man and Miniature Jap both, as YouTube channels, decided that they wanted to improve their product and put their own money up to do certain things to get it to where it is now. That means buying mixers. That means buying certain equipment, putting out countless videos. Over 500. Nobody's going to care about your business as much as you do. And see, the problem is when your business is still in its infancy mode, like all of ours is, we're still in the infancy stage. Once you take a break because of your leisure time, the person that will be replacing you is not going to have that same tenacity to follow your dream to where you want to take it. And because that tenacity behind that vision is not the same, that business by default is not going to be the same. It's going to decline. What do you think, Angry Man? He's still there? Can you guys hear me? Oh, you can hear me? What happened to the Angry Man channel? Hey, Jap, take yourself off mute, man, because you can talk. Because we having some technical difficulties right now. What the hell? Because he put himself on mute. Hey, can you guys hear me real quick?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, this is the thing, man. Niggas, when they finally start making a profit in any business, this is the nigga-fied mindset. They take that money and say, finally, victory. It's time to go fucking play and ball and splurge out and then try to make the money again. Smart people take that fucking money and invest it right back into the business.
Say it again.
And make
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
You ain't hear me?
No, I heard you, but you made a good ass point. So say it again.
Okay, yeah, because niggas don't know how to take that money and put it back into the business. For instance, when YouTube was cooking the way it was cooking between me and you, we know what was going on with the money side. You took the monies and invested it into the Negro Manosphere.
Right.
You know, I took my monies and invested more into Minister Jap, the brand, and got equipment to, you know, make my shit more lively and things of that nature. Same with Angry Man. We didn't just fucking take the fucking money and just say, fuck it. Oh, it's time to go ball out. Let me go take a trip. That's right. How a thought think. a thought think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were thinking business. And that's why I said, you know, I'm not about to keep talking and playing back and forth with these motherfuckers who don't take the YouTube platform serious and want to do serious business.
Right.
These motherfuckers don't got shit. So why am I even arguing with these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? These are just motherfuckers who got on this shit and want to talk shit. No, I want to empower all my people to get money, do real business, show you how to do business, show you how to start something from the ground up from your fucking imagination, nigga, and motivate you. You know what I'm saying? And learn as you fucking go. You can't go to school for this shit.
Nah, you can't.
Okay, let me do this real quick, Angry Man. What do you think about? I mean, let me. Did you hear what I was saying? I know you're transitioning from a car to the place, but did you hear what I was just saying just now about the business and all that stuff?
Nah, it went out for a second because there's like a black spot.
What I said was your business and Minister Jeff's business would not be what it is if you let somebody else run it because that person doesn't have the same passion as you.
Oh yeah, I heard that part.
All right, nobody gonna grind harder than you.
So that's one thing that we got to talk about. A lot of times when people say, "Well, I'm going to leave the business to somebody else," right? We see this all the time, man. Even like a family business, they leave it to the son. He's not so motivated about the business declines because that person is not as motivated as you are as the founder.
Well, yeah. But see, they gotta leave it to a person who wants the business and make them earn it.
Right, I agree.
There's nothing to prove it. If you just hand a motherfucker $1 million business and he's been accustomed, and he's making millions, you know, that's not gonna he's not gonna have the same drive as a motherfucker who been on the outside looking in, but like, I can't wait to run this motherfucker because if I can do, I triple the profit.
Yeah, and a good point is Ebony Magazine. Definitely a good point. Let's go to the reason number 2. And for those of you who want to see this whole article, go to my description. Lack of knowledge about the business. This reason for failure is not unique to Black Americans. As discussed above, some prospective entrepreneurs initiate a business as a result of the romantic image of serving as a business operator. Meaning that you want to have a business just so you can go around saying, I'm Minister Jap, I'm Angry Man Channel, I have a business, here's my business card, right? On the other hand, they may seek to start a business just to prove that they are capable of being an entrepreneur. However, before undertaking their mission to establish their own business, they fail to study not only the science of business in general, but the science of business that is specifically related to the type of business that they intend to embark upon. The consequence of starting a new business is surely not a case of where what you don't know won't hurt you. It takes resources to start a new business, and one is well warranted in studying the science of business before setting out to achieve the goal. We all know that knowledge is power, and one will need all the power that one can muster to be successful in business. Let's talk about that. Ingram, I'll start with you. Lack of knowledge about the business, not understanding how business works. How important is this without having any money, without having any concept? How important is it for you to understand the basics of how business works?
Oh, it's very important. Like that's one of the things, in my opinion, that a lot of Black people fail at, for the simple fact that they don't even take the time to take a class to learn how to manage a business. They don't know how to do their books. They don't know how to freaking, before you even get into what type of business it is, they don't even know how to manage a business in general. Like some of us will get that experience from just, trial and error. But in my personal opinion, I think the cat should actually take the time to learn how to run a business. But most Black folks don't do that. They just go ahead and say, fuck it, I'm going to just dive in it,
Let me go to Steve the Dean, because Steve the Dean, his 9th out of 10 Brother Pill podcast episodes. Shout out to the Dean. Everybody on here is familiar with Steve the Dean.
What's up, Steve?
What up, Steve?
It's good with
you. How you doing, fellas? How y'all doing? Good evening, man. Good evening. Good evening.
Steve, right. let me ask you this, because you've been in business for definitely longer than me. I'm not sure about Angerman. I know Angerman's had several businesses before, but people don't understand how business works. And you even criticize me before, and Alan for having products to not having it at a certain price point.
Yeah, your price point.
Your business and being successful as it has been, how did you learn the science of business to get to where you were at?
Well, for me, somebody pulled me aside. I've been hustling since I was 9. I remember bagging groceries, working at Kirby, doing a pressure washer service. I've done several things, and even a stripper business and shit that was working, but just somebody pulled me aside and kind of told me, I need to get out of that pay less thinking and get more into the Nike thinking. Because I always thought that if I were to bring my prices down, then that's the way to go, to bring my undercut everybody, bring my prices real low. And somebody pulled me aside and told me that when you do things like that, there's the thing about people, or people who have money, or people that want to buy and invest in you, they will find a way to spend the money. It's just like a kid that who says I don't have the money, but then all of a sudden has $400 for a new pair of Jordans, So it's not the fact that, and I think a lot of people are afraid to mark their prices up because they feel like if I mark it up too high, I might lose a certain group of people, or I might not be able to sell the product. And that is totally not the truth.
Let me also ask you this, Steve. A lot of businesses that may fail can't even get to your point of having a high dollar price product, because they don't even know how to produce the product. They just want to jump into the business and not research it, how it works, Because let's be honest, you might have a high price product now. I remember, for example, everybody on this board, especially me, Jap, and Angry Man, we all came up relatively around the same time. Kind of came on the scene in fact, I believe out of all 3 of us, I might have been the low man on the board when we first came on. We all was doing shit for free. Jap had people calling his damn phone. This is real shit. Jap had people calling his phone, giving advice to niggas on the hotline. Angry Man was doing the same thing, right? But as over time, as we built ourselves up, yeah, we did a lot of things for free at first, but now we can ask for, okay, it's going to cost you $5 or $10, $100 for that. Most people don't understand in business, you cannot start off just charging sometimes.
No. The thing that the smart businesses know that in order to get a customer, the customer has to know that you know what you're talking about, depending on what it is you're selling or offering to them. That's where the free comes in at, because you can't. For instance, if I just started this thing, I couldn't just pop up and say, "Hey, man, buy this product from me." I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And what do you fucking? Who the fuck are you? Be like, what the fuck are you? So, and it takes time, because people have to see that you know what you're talking about. Whatever field that you're in, you have to know your shit.
Right. And
you have to know it forwards and backwards. And that builds trust, because again, free is like, for instance, the shows. Like I say, I was doing MP3 before there was any videos and podcasting. They were called like MP3s. So I was putting out MP3s for free, and giving free advice and doing those things, and kept constantly doing them enough where people started to realize that this guy is shit. I think he's the real deal. But even in that, you've got to take it to another step, especially in my field and Alan's field. When we're talking about women, it's one thing to talk about getting women, but they need to see you in the field. They need to see what you can do to believe what you do, because some can hear what you're saying, but you got to also be able to show them what you can do. But like you're saying, giving it free, absolutely, until you get to a point
right
where you start to receive a bunch of emails asking you advice on something. That's when you've got the audience, when they start sending you emails asking you questions, man.
Okay. That's a great point. Because I think all of us started off like, I remember when me, Jap, and Angry Man, when we were the new guys on the scene, and trying to change, what we saw in the quote manosphere. We were doing a lot of that. Call us on Skype and all type of other fuck shit, and until we got tired of that shit. But let me start off with Angry Man would come to Minister Jap. Did Jap leave already? Oh, Jap's still there. Okay. Number 3. Poor business plan. Black businesses fail because of a poor business plan. I'm going to just read a little bit about this, and I want you guys to respond. Start off with Angry Man. This reason for failure has many implications, several of which we will explore. Notably, this reason for failure is not also restricted to Black Americans. The reality is that it is critical one develop an excellent business plan if one wants to be successful in starting a business. Angry Man, let's talk to you about a business plan. How important was it for you to do one or to execute one? Do you believe that this is very viable to a business failing or being successful?
Yeah, it definitely plays a role in it. You definitely want to know. You definitely want to have everything mapped out and know what it is you're trying to accomplish, especially if you have a business where you have people investing. If you got people that's willing to invest in your business, you're definitely going to have a business plan, because you're going to have to be able to explain to them when they're going to get a return on their money. And you want to know when you're going to get a return on your money. So you definitely got to have a business plan, have everything mapped out so that you have some sort of idea and some sort of time frame as far as what you're trying to accomplish. And by the way, Steve, I didn't know you used to sell Kirby's, man.
Yeah, I used to sell Kirby's real quick. I got a check. I can tell you the story. I did 70 hours one day, and guess how much my check was for after they subtracted the shampoos and all the people with fucked up credit. 70 hours. Guess how much I got? Take a guess, guys. How much y'all think?
$10.
$7.46. They had to escort me out the building because I was about to beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah, that's why I don't eat Church's chicken, because I spent it. Wow. I had to cash that in, and I bought me some chicken from Church's. So I don't even eat Church's because of that shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Fuck y'all.
Look, fam. I sold the height of my Kirby career. I sold 2 Kirby's in one day at full price. You know what my commission was for selling 2 vacuum cleaners? It was damn near $2,000 a piece.
What?
$400.
See, I only had $7.46. Yeah.
That's all, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, but one of the things I will say, I value that experience, because the dude I work for, Like, he gave me $1 million advice, man. He gave me multi-million-dollar advice that I've always used. And, you know, in reference to this part of the topic, he said a man without a plan is not a man. So, yeah, you got to have a business plan. You got to have a business plan. You definitely got to have that.
Let me go to Minister Jap, man, because Minister Jap, you know, like I said, I saw your humble beginnings, man, because we kind of came up around the same time. And like this time last year, man, we was like relatively all of us. Well, Angry Man, I think, had a little bit of more popularity at that time than we did, but we was relatively unknown, me and you. How did you get? I mean, what was your plan for yourself? Because I remember seeing you last year and seeing you this year. I'm like, am I looking at the same person? Like, did you have a business plan to get to where you are now? Where did he go? And they go and take a shit.
Nah, I think he driving. He might have it on mute.
Maybe the police
talking right now. Got it on mute and shit.
Oh, he could be. Well, Jack, man, we can't hear you if you're talking, player. So this is what I'll say as far as a business plan. For those of you who are in the chat, like the video. I really appreciate it. I know Angry Man. Those of you who are coming over from his stream from earlier, I'll tell you this. Anything in life that you want to do, you would be insanely stupid if you have no plan. What does that mean? I'll take the NegroManosphere.com for an example. I think because you know, Valdez, I talked to him a lot about it. Angry Man, I talked to Jap a lot about it, and Alan Roger Curry. I had to find out. I wanted to keep the business for a year. Okay, so what I mean is this: a business plan for me means that you're going into this business because you're going to lose money. Man of Tomorrow's here. He wish I was in. Okay, shout out to Man of Tomorrow, man. I had him on my show before. He's an excellent brother on this. He's a $500,000 a year brother. When you go into business, you should assume that you're going to lose money at first. Look at Steve. Like, wait a minute. I don't know if I believe that. You see how Steve looking? Y'all look at Steve the Dean. Check him out. He don't like that. You see that? I'm gonna tell you why. If you're going to do business in your plan, you should be willing to lose.
That's true.
Stop the fucking show. Stop the show. This is. Let me talk to you about Facebook. We're gonna talk about Facebook. Facebook, if you remember when Facebook first started, Facebook was only available. I was at Howard University. You had to have a college email to go to Facebook to join the site. Facebook or any other business understood I'm going to lose money for a long time. Eventually, though, in order to get my name out there, I'm going to gain money at some point. So to me, any good business plan means that for the first, you have a restaurant, you have a website. I have calculated I'm going to lose money for 18 months on the NegroManosphere.com, or at least a year. I'm willing to lose money on it for 18 months. Why? It needs to get notoriety. That means I got to have enough money to pay Alan Roger Curry for 18 months. I got to be able to pay Angry Man if he writes to me for 18 months. That's a part of the plan. Black people, when they do business, you think that you haven't looked at how much it costs for you to have rent for 18 months or 2 years, how much it's going to cost for your inventory, how much it costs for you to pay people. All of that is in your business plan so that you have to get the finances enough to cover that business. And if you cannot do that, you don't need to be in business. For example, I had to roast this one dude, and I'm going to go to Anthony Brown Logan. This nigga came to me asking me to do a hangout because he wants people to invest in his app, a fitness app. I said, okay, I'll do a hangout with you. Typically, I don't do that. But the dude was a Patreon of mine. He deleted his pledge after the interview. And his reason for deleting the pledge was, my credit card, I don't have any money. Well, nigga, you're not ready to do business then. And see, that's what we got to understand as black people. White people are most successful people who do business, regardless of race. They understand in order for me to do this business, I need to lose money for a year, 2 years, 5 years. I need to keep people writing for me. I need to keep people doing my stuff for many years. YouTube right now is a successful business. It loses money. They want to make that money back someday. That's the thing that business plans, you got to understand. You're going to lose money because you're going to be a business. At some point, you'll gain it back. Let me go to Anthony Brian Logan. Poor business plan is the reason why black businesses fail. Let's talk about that because you've been in business for a long time, bro.
Yes, 10 years.
Let's talk about the importance of a poor business plan, or the importance of a good or poor business plan.
Yeah, if you have no plan, then what are you doing? Like, you're just out there just hustling, really. That's not a true business plan. That's not a true business owner. That's not a business mindset. If you want to go into business, you got to understand everything that's going on. You got to know the ins and outs and ins. Like you said earlier about the 18 months, you're going to lose money. You know you're going to lose money. You got to be able to calculate, okay, when am I going to be able to break even? When am I going to be able to get into the green? People have no concept of investing or anything like that. They don't know what it's like to be in the black. Like when I say, hey man, I'm in the black or I'm in the red or I'm in the green, like what's that? What's that? The black flag? They'll know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you gotta know it. You gotta know it because there's stages to success. And also by not having a plan, people don't understand how long it takes. They're impatient. They want to make money right now. It's a hustler mindset. They want to go out there with some drugs and sell it, make money instantly, rather than, you know, planting the seed to the ground and watching it grow and watering it carefully so it'll grow properly. That's what's gonna happen with a business plan. When you don't have that in place, you just like basically gambling money. Hopefully it'll fall on black and you make money. But beyond that, you're not doing anything properly when you have no plan.
It's absolutely correct. I'm gonna go back to Angry Man. Angry Man. I said we all started around the same time. Even Anthony Brian Logan, I saw his growth in 1 year. And I gotta go to that. Hey, black men taking the community back. I gotta get him on here, man. Shout out to my big bro right there. We started off doing. He's also a conservative Republican, so I got two of my conservative brothers on here. 3. What Steve the Dean is 1, 2. So Angry Man, he's not a Republican or anything, but he is a conservative brother though. But Angry Man, let's talk about the importance of this business plan because you knew that you would lose money at some point, right? Is Angry Man still here?
I can't hear him.
Angry Man's on mute. Maybe he's driving right now.
Yeah.
Steve, let me weigh in on you real quick before we go back because you looking like this. You know how you start looking, Steve, when you agree with something, you start doing like this.
He was talking about the green. I love the green.
Look, he was like this. Listen, he was like
Angry Man back.
Angry Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Angry Man, when you were doing your business, because I know you're dropping some game. You don't want to give away too much for free, but I remember when you started your business, because I was a big fan of your channel, really, really big, still am. But you knew that you would lose money at some point.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that because a lot of people don't understand that in order to keep this business viable, you are going to lose money initially and maybe for a longer period of time.
Well, yeah, because you gotta spend money to make money. You gotta spend money to make money. So whatever when you initially start a business, you're gonna have to, depending on what the business is. With YouTube, there were some things I was able to get people to donate, which is kind of the equivalent of people investing in you.
Sure.
Which is why we always stress the importance of showing your growth, because if somebody donated something to you, that's how they see the return on their investment. But if somebody didn't donate, you still got to buy what you need. So, with YouTube, there was a bunch of things that I had to buy. There was a bunch of, when I first started YouTube, I was doing that in addition to cutting hair, in addition to being a tattoo artist. Now, when I started as a tattoo artist, I lost a lot of money starting that. Like, I spent a lot of money that I didn't really get a return on until probably almost a year later. Like, I had to buy, equipment, I had to buy ink, I had to buy and all of that shit is expensive as hell. So, you're definitely going to lose money at the beginning. Well, I wouldn't really refer to it as losing money. I would refer to it as your initial investment, and you're just waiting to get a profit. You're waiting to get a return on that initial investment. you know, and there's a possibility that you might not get a return. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's about investment. You know, the thing about investments is that you don't always get it back. You invest, hopefully you be able to get a return on it, but sometimes you don't. That's just what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go to number 4, and this is insufficient financial capital to support the firm until it can begin to generate sufficient revenue. I think we just talked about this in some aspects just now. This reason for business failure is often related to the poor business plan case. Stop there. If you don't have a business plan, how can you know how much things are going to cost or estimate it to even start that business for a long period of time?
Yeah, but there's something that you're going the right way, but there's something that these young black men need to understand even before that, because even about the money and everything is right, but there's one part that they're missing, and that is the time, investing of time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the problem with a lot of black individuals is that they're not allocating their time wisely, not only for their business, but for their business plans. They think they can go out, run the streets and do whatever they want, and then come back for a few hours and put a little bit of work and expect a lot back in. Right. And it doesn't work that way. And that's just, I mean, just real quick, that's one thing. But another thing, O'Shea, is that there is a TV show, and I always push on this, but they don't want to see these white people. But there's a TV show on ABC,
Shark Tank.
Exactly. Exactly. That I live in every episode. I watch it like a religion, because you have billionaires. And in order to be able to speak to a billionaire one-on-one, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars just to speak to these guys.
Right.
Every hour they are giving you nuggets, golden nuggets on how to prepare, how to run your business, the language of business, all these things. So if you're serious about a business, you should have Shark Tank on your TV all the time. Listen to them. But again, black people don't want to do that because some don't want to hear what they have to say, or some find that, why would I want to watch a show like that? Because how's that going to help me? And I think those are some things that they're missing in the beginning that hurt them later on. I see you're right about what you're saying, but where they fail is at this point, at this juncture, because their time is not used wisely and they don't watch shows to give them the examples to create a business, man.
To be fair, the first thing, and it was before you came on, the idea of being owned by the business was actually covered in the first. It was covered in the first, but it's a good point still for those who just coming in. We have Mr. Black from Black Men Taking Our Community Back. What's going on, fam?
I'm good. I actually like what Mr. Dean said on that too, and I want to kind of piggyback on that if I could.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Black.
Yeah, and another thing too, like, when you're talking about those, you're talking about time. I've seen what a lot of black businesses don't necessarily setting up systems, business systems. Setting up systems, what I've learned, is the key to.
You're cutting out, brother.
Yeah, can't hear him.
Usually, some good stuff, man.
I don't know if they know what the systems are. I hope we can tell him. I hope he comes over.
Do the wireless today. Yeah, hey, fam, come back.
Yeah. Oh man.
And the fail rate of new businesses, I think is, the success rate of new businesses is about 10% or less. Now, don't quote me on those numbers, but I know that the 90% is right. And the reason I say that is because they have systems in place. And what happens is when you don't have systems in place, you things fall through the cracks. And when those things fall through the cracks, that's when you start seeing inefficiencies. Like you was just alluding to being owned by the business. You're not able to delegate different tasks out to different people. And then the business is no fun. When you're wearing 100 hats because you haven't systematized everything, you can't trust anybody to do this specific job because
that's true.
You haven't systematized it. So you don't know how to tell somebody how to do this or do that, or they're, you know, people knowing their role, when they're supposed to show up, what time they're supposed to get it done, how much they don't want to go over on cost to get this done. You know what I mean? All of these things have to be systematized in order for you to run a successful business. And Black folks fail in that. A lot of the stuff that we do, we wing it. We're just, you know, shooting from the hip, hoping it goes right. And that's not the way to win in business. The way to win in business is boring. It's recording what you do, recording what goes in, recording what goes out in terms of human capital and financial capital, and being able to analyze that over a period of time. That's the reason why franchises win so much, because that the legwork in terms of knowing what wins, what loses, you know, how much time to spend on this, where to buy this, what vendors to go, all of that stuff is already done for you, and the system is already in place. All you have to do is jump in that system, learn it, and execute.
That is a great point. Me and Steve the Dean was talking about that early this morning for me, late last night, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. That systematizing. I don't have the best graphics. In fact, Jap gets on me all the time about the Angry Man. It's like, yo, man, you need to improve you know, some of the quality of video. I know me and Anthony Brown Logan are somewhat similar because we kind of have like a very similar background. But what I will say is this, and that's true. People do want to see you improve it, and I want to work with that. I mean, I told you, me and Angry Man has a Jerry Curl show. It's gonna make you niggas real mad. Okay. But as far as this whole systematic process of understanding that you need people to help you, I think I get that really quickly. And as far as my blog, the Negro Manosphere, I can't even tell you when the last time I wrote an article. I don't write articles for it. I don't need to. I have people who can do that, you know. Even with these hangouts, you know. Sorry to say I'm using you guys sometimes. You guys are lovely, but this great content that I have right now, these people, I don't know all this shit. These are brothers who help me, and I come on and help them. You see, that is the business. You understand? It's getting around people who understand how business works, and you collaborate with those people, and then you take off. Like, for example, me doing this podcast tonight by myself, it would be terrible. It would be 30 minutes. But with all of these people who understand and have different outlets, it could be a 2-hour podcast, right? And with YouTube, that may draw up the listening views. Same thing with Angry Man. He uses Blog Talk Radio show to get callers to come in. It extends the period of time that the show can go on, which extends the donations. That's a systematic understanding of how business works, adjusting to that business. And that's something Black people don't understand how to do. That's a great point. Let me get to ABL on that point.
Yo, there's two words that most Black people never learn when it comes to business. Micromanaging and delegating. You feel me? They don't, what you're doing with the Negro Manosphere, that's delegating. You're getting multiple people to do work, which is basically multiplying yourself, because you wouldn't be able, like you said, you wouldn't be able to write all the articles by yourself.
No.
You know, and like right now, the only difficult part when it comes to delegating responsibilities is, you know, good help is hard to find. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what a lot of Black people do. A lot of Black people micromanage. You know, if they have a hair salon or clothing store, you know, they never get to the point where they can actually delegate the responsibility of running that business to someone else.
You know, I got to piggyback on this. You know, it's not even necessarily that good help is always hard to find. Good systems are hard to find. And what happens is, as a result of you not having your business systematized properly, you have too complicated, the tasks become too complicated, and then people can't implement them. So you got to understand, when you give a task, I've worked at regular jobs before, low-level jobs. And when you have a low-level job, that low-level job typically consists of very, very rudimentary, basic things to do, turnkey things. You're gonna say you're gonna just do the mail. All you're doing is sorting mail. That's it. That's your job. Sort mail, and you document that you sorted this mail. That's all you do. And the other guy, he may do you know, he may count the mail that that you actually do. The manager, he may just count the mail. That's all he does. So what happens is, if you can systematize things right, I always look at myself, you know, I'm a business owner. So I look at inefficiencies, I automatically link back to what did I do wrong system wise that is creating this failure. Okay. So you have to look at it always goes back to the system in business. And that's the reason why a lot of times we fail. Another reason why we fail is because most Black businesses are tactician businesses. And I say that to say this: when you're a tactician in your business, that means the business owns you. You don't own the business. So you're doing the work. So you can't even look up to run a business. You can't scale the business because you're too busy doing the work in the business. The true entrepreneur is the person who can step back and just set up a system, right? Which is long, boring. It's a long, arduous process. But once you set up that system and you can make sure that that system functions, then you can become a true entrepreneur where your time is free, and then the other people are left to do what your system, left to do the work in the system. And it should be easy for those people to do that for you.
Can I say something real quick on that to help everybody listening right there? Let me explain what he means by the system. He's a systems thinker, and basically is this: every system is based on what is known as subsystems or parts. And if all those parts do not work together, the system as a whole will not function, meaning that, like they're trying to explain to you, there are little small subsystems that are coming together to create the system as a whole. That's why the functionality works. But for a lot of you guys out there, your subsystem parts are off because you're letting Pookie or Ray or you're letting lazy ass people into your system, and it is going to cause more of a hazard than a help. So remember, the system will not function if the subsystem parts do not work or function as one.
I totally agree. Let me see. Angry Man, I think you're weighing in on something, and let him finish, and we'll go to Anthony Brian Logan, and we'll go to step number 5.
Yeah, they're basically talking about that boring ass training video you got to watch when you get a job. But you know, when you get that job, you know, you're just there to get a paycheck,
right?
So you're not thinking about the business, so you don't realize the importance of that training video. You know, so I know exactly what they're saying. They're basically talking about that training video. So the thing is with us, the fact that we're creating businesses from scratch, like that's what I'm in the process of right now, trying to figure out a way to fix this, create a system so that if I do get to the point where I hire a crew that does like the production, I have everything in a uniform way, right, in a system, so that they can I can say, okay, do this. This is all you have to do. You know, rinse, repeat, all of that. So I know exactly what they're saying. They're 100% right.
Let's talk about that real quick, Anthony Brian Logan, because in your business, when you had it, I mean, you have now this business which is online, but you've also did business face to face.
Yes.
How did you establish your systems for?
Wait, like as far as that, you just got to be able to delegate, like they were saying earlier. It's like what I was doing before. For a long time, for many years, I was designing and printing club flyers. For the most part, I was the kind of guy when you come outside from the mall or when the movies or whatever, it'd be a flyer in your windshield. I was the guy that was responsible for it being there, but I was not the guy that put it right there. We had a team of people that will go out and canvas the whole area.
Say it again. Say that part again, because that's a big part. Say that last part again.
Okay. I was doing club flyers for a long time. I was designing them and printing them, but I was not the guy who put them right in your windshield when you come out the movies or whatever. It was not me. We had people that would canvas the whole area and put them in different places. And I didn't print it myself. I had my man over here who has a print shop. They would print them, cut them, and bring them to us. And then all we did was just, field the customer, say, okay, what you want on your flyer, how much you want to pay, et cetera, et cetera. All right, we get all the money up front, and then in that money is included the price of distribution, the price of print, If it needs to get shipped or whatever, and we give the money to where it's got to go. That's what we do. We take our piece and we give them theirs. That's how it's got to be. You got to be able to delegate things. And that's part of the whole system you're talking about. So understand how to do that. Don't try to do everything yourself. You're trying to say, okay, I could take all the money if I can just print it and deliver it and do all that myself. You could have all that money. But at the end of the day, you end up making less because you'll be able to make more from volume from being able to have this system. Because if you're taking all your time trying to design it, print it physically, and deliver it, you be doing less jobs than you would if all you did was design it and delegate everything else out to other people.
That's true. And I, you know what? It's funny on YouTube, like Angry Man said, I'm trying to establish that system for myself. What I will say, I don't know if you guys see my vlog. I have a vlog. Actually, it's on this channel. If you guys seen the Black in Poland vlog, I had a blog. I did a date night with my chick, and I've been, throughout the country or throughout the world, vlogging. And I know nothing about editing. When I use my GoPro or go around or my Panasonic Lumix camera, I hired somebody from Upwork.com. I send the file to them and they do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth, and it's a key thing. If you guys want to also get talent, and Fiverr.com, Upwork, you can get a lot of these guys, man, who will do great work in other countries for little or nothing. And just like you said, it's worth it to be able to just, $20, $25, $30 for me to do a video and just upload it and somebody do it for me. I can't edit. I don't have time to edit. You know what I mean? So that's correct. The system part is absolutely correct. And, you're trying to struggle to find it. But let's do this. We'll take a little bit of a break. You Negroes in the chat, shout out to everybody listening. This is a great podcast, all-star as usual. Get the fucking likes up. You guys know how we do over here, all right? You niggas, listen, we talking about black business, right? Then here you niggas go. We ain't even ask you to spend no goddamn money. You niggas can't even like the shit for free. Put that collard green sandwich down. Get your black ass on that damn shit.
They get $1 million advice, man.
Every goddamn time I come in this motherfucker, I gotta tell you niggas the same goddamn shit.
This is why, dog.
Stop the show. Stop the fucking show.
You hear Steve over there?
Yeah, he ready to go in. I know.
I keep telling you,
stop
man.
the show. Everybody stop. You niggas. Every day you niggas come in this motherfucker. Every time, this is some shit I do. When you come into the goddamn chat, like the video, and you got this one dumbass nigga, Reginald Brown. This nigga has made 82,000 pages to come in here trying to comment. What nigga does that? Stop the show, please.
Yeah, he got at least 100 of them,
dude.
So you know
what kind of crack? I was trying not to say anything about it, but dude, this is like your 14th millionth time. I know your thumbs got to be hurt from making all these goddamn YouTube pages, dog. I know they hurt.
He wasting his time on my channel because I already told my mods I don't care if he got 1,000. Block him every time he come in here. Every time.
Oh, Charles Willis, she let Dark Man Jeff. He got trigger finger any goddamn way. He ready for it, nigga. I wish a nigga would. All right, listen, y'all. Thank you for listening, you guys. Right, 184 people watching. Keep the likes coming up. We need 17 more to get to 150. We're gonna go to the next particular topic of this. All right, and we got a few more here. All right, absence of welcoming Black-owned financial institutions in the community. This is gonna be huge, God. I want everybody to stretch out because it's going to be huge. We're going to start this one with AB. We're going to start this one with ABL. And okay. So sometimes, and if you guys want to see this link that I'm reading right now, ABL, I'll send it to you on Facebook. Steve the Dean, I'll also send it to you too. Angry Man has it, I'm pretty sure. And if you need me to email it to you, Mr. Black, I can do so. But let me go ahead and send it to Anthony Brian Logan also. I'm on number 5, so you guys can read along with me. Sometimes it turns out that a business reaches the point of self-sustainability and operates for a while without difficulty. Then the business, for whatever reason, encounters a rough patch, like us on YouTube right now. At that time, new financing may be required, and it is critical that welcoming financial institutions exist in the community, in the Black community, that are open to extending new loans to existing businesses. Too often, such institutions, we define them as Black-owned, operated, do not exist. When the black entrepreneur reaches out to an unwelcome institution, the manager of the institution may be unwilling to extend financing. The financial institution may have other plans for the business. Example, wait for it to fail, then resurrect it under different ownership. Wow. I'm going to say it again.
Mm-hmm.
So some people, I'm assuming what they're saying here is non-black businesses will rather you fail and then resurrect their business under a new name. And then especially knowing that the business troubles are only temporary. Of course, the scenario paints a picture of racial discrimination. Unfortunately, this can be, and I like how I said this can be, not it is, the world that the black entrepreneurs live in. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so listen, in this scenario, brothers, we have a business owner who has done the right things, right? You've done the right things. You started the business in a correct form fashion. Your business is actually self-sustainable. For reasons that could be the industry changes, somebody like Angry Man sets up across the street that can outsell you in certain things. Online business has something, whatever something happens that comes and something happens, let's say, one of your generators goes out, you need 20 grand to fix it. And it's just temporary. We don't have enough institutions in the black community that are going to be more sympathetic to our cause to loan us the money. Instead, we have to go outside to do it. Anthony Brownlow, he had the one finger up like he in church. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. What do you think about this scenario?
Nah, the whole thing about black banks, first of all, it ain't that many black banks anymore. There's only a handful of them. Second of all, you can get credit, you can get capital if you really need it. People just are not really creative. First of all, you got friends, you got family that are going to be able to give you money sometimes. And if you don't, you can go get credit cards. I get stuff in my mail all the time about credit cards. Sometimes it's kind of expensive to get the capital, but you'll be able to get it. And then also there's banks that are out there that are not necessarily black owned. If you can find a bank that's black owned that, that hook you up, then go for it. But that's not always required. You can go to a credit union. That's also a good option. Rather than a bank, go to a credit union. If you can't get what you can get at the bank, go to the credit union. They're a little bit more liberal with their lending policy. So try just different banks, different places to be able to get what you want, and also have all your ducks in a row. You may go to a black bank and get denied for a loan as well, because a lot of times the black bank does not have the capital necessary to be able to lend you that money, because you may be high risk. If you come in there with $0, zero collateral, they ain't gonna just say, hey, here's 20 grand. They're not gonna do that. You still have your ducks in a row regardless of what. So make sure everything is good on your end. Make sure you have collateral. Make sure your credit is not jacked up. You got crazy cell phone bills and rims and everything else messing your credit up. Make sure that's cleaned up. You go in there with everything proper, you'll be able to get what you need most of the time. But think creative. Don't just go to Wells Fargo and try to get a loan. Go to a credit union, get some credit cards, make it happen, get some loans from friends and family, reach out to venture capitalists, find somebody that's going to be able to help you. I think you will be able to do that.
Okay, let me go to Angry Man real quick, and then we're going to go to Steve the Dean.
And then back to Black. Yeah, after they finish.
Okay, let's go to Angry Man, because what the author, and shout out to King Demetrius, always coming through with the $30. Boy, that's gonna get my Jerry curl back, nigga. Maybe one day he came in here and dropped like $700 in the chat. I was like, what the fuck? But shout out to my man. He balling. Whatever you selling, nigga, let me know. I need to sell it too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I'm over here struggling. But man, she's Angry Man. The author is implying, in this particular sense, now this is written in 2014. He's implying that you have done well in your business and it's self-sustainable. The problem with why black businesses fail, he's not saying that it's the white institution's fault primarily. What I gather is he's implying that because we have a lack of financial institutions inside our community, that we're going to run a greater risk. Like if we have more financial institutions in our community, they will probably be more liable to help us out versus going outside the community. And this is a kind of a racist tone a little bit, maybe not racist, but it could be true that this particular lender, if non-black, may, instead of you wanting to help you out, they would probably rather see you fail and resurrect the business under a new name even though their problems are temporary. Do you believe that this still happens with the authors and playing in this particular incident?
I've always said that the money in the black community is not allocated properly. We have one of the biggest financial institutions in the African American community, and it just goes overlooked all the time, which is the Baptist Church. And the amount of money we donate to the Baptist Church is ridiculous. If you have a business and you can't go to your local Baptist church and get help, then guess what? Black people need to stop paying tithes into that church.
Say it again.
If you can't go to your local Baptist church, the one that you go to all the time, and get a business loan from them, you need to stop paying tithes to that church. Straight up and down. But I also agree with what Anthony Brian Logan said. Like, if you're in business, if you own a business and you're running your business and it's successful and you got jacked up credit, you know what I'm saying? That's counterproductive. You're supposed to have a decent credit rating so that you can go get these loans. And, you know, here's another thing too. A lot of times black people don't even know what's available to them because they have this preconceived notion that they can't get something because they're black. I'll give you a prime example. I have an uncle that a couple years back, he needed a new car because he was, you know, he's a mechanic, but he used to be a truck driver. So the vehicles he had, he always works on them, but he's getting older, so he can't work on them like he used to. And, you know, he drove trucks for I don't know how long, and he's been with the same credit union since I was in middle school, or probably before that. And this was like a couple of years ago, and he's like, man, I need a car, this, that, and the third. And my grandmother told him, why don't you go to your bank and get a loan?
Right.
Like, why don't you go get a loan and why don't you go buy a car? And so he goes to the credit union and goes in there and asks them, can he get a loan to buy a car? And they're like, yeah. And he was surprised. Like,
just go ask.
Like, why are you surprised? You've been banking with this credit union ever since forever. Like, your checks went to this credit union even after you stopped working there. After you stopped working and became disabled, your disability checks go there. They know you have money.
Right.
And a credit union will give you a loan faster than a regular bank.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So a lot of times people don't even know what's available to them, you know?
Let me you just made a good point. Let me shout out to this, because Angry Man made I wish I had the sound effects like you do on your shit, because I'm about to pay you a lot of money to get on your level. I'm pretty sure, because at first I didn't believe in getting my shit up. You was like, yeah, your shit look like trash, nigga. You need to get it up. I'm like, look, after seeing your shit, I'm about to step my shit up. I'm for real. Let me give a shout out to Reverend C.A.W. Clark. He was a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King. He had a church, the Good Street Baptist Church of Dallas, Texas. If you're in Dallas, Texas, you know Good Street Baptist Church. I mean, C.A.W. Clark was one of those old kind of Negro hoopers, you know, one of the classic hooping and hollering preachers in the 50s and 60s. And he recently died about 5 years ago. He's like 98 when he died. He started the Good Street Baptist Church Federal Credit Union due to the issues that his church member were having getting loans in 1957. So what Angry Man is saying is 100% true. If these black churches cannot provide things like this to their members, I don't really see the benefit of people joining or tithing to them. That's absolutely 100% true. I completely agree. And what hurt me the most is, before I'm gonna go to Black Integrity Community back, I didn't notice this. I was going to 24-Hour Fitness last summer. I came across a Ukrainian credit union in Sacramento, California.
Uh-oh, talk about it.
I got see, you gonna get me to preaching clips of Oregon. Now, if you know anything about Sacramento, California, you would know that whites are the majority, Mexicans and blacks are, you know, a lot of blacks. But who you would expect to not be even 1% of the population are Ukrainians, right?
Right.
You have over 1 million black people in the Sacramento metropolitan area. And it hurt my heart to see that Ukrainian people have a credit union in Sacramento, California, and black people do not. Although black people are 100 times more in that population than they are. Now, whose fault is that? You know, that's something that has to be taken into consideration. So let me go to black men taking our community back, and then we'll go to Steve Dean Williams. Is this true about the lack of? Do you believe that we have absence of welcoming financial institutions in our black communities?
No. I think the guy, not to not sound empathetic, but I think the guy just exposed himself for just having a low credit score and low creative thinking skills. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm just being honest. And the reason why I say that is because, listen, I'm going to give out some game right now.
Okay.
If you really just wanted to, I use what you call a CRM, and what it's called, it's a customer relationship manager software. And you could do this on spreadsheets. You could, however you want to do it. But what you do is each bank in your, general vicinity is going to have specific lending criteria, right? So what you do is you call all of them, or you could just get you hire a virtual assistant. You know what I mean? Pay them, $4, $5, $6 an hour to just cold call these banks, right? And what they do is you just find out what the lending criteria. Every bank has a lending criteria, and it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with a social security number, a birth date, and your credit score. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. They don't care about what your race. It doesn't even factor in many of the cases. A lot of times you don't even see these people when you apply. So what you do is you get them to just go through and find out what the lending criteria is for each one of these banks, especially like what Anthony Brian Logan was talking about with the community banks. And you just go through, find out what it is. Some of them may lend on cars. Some of them may lend on property. Some may lend on raw land. Some may lend on business loans. Some may lend. It's all different types of criteria that they may lend on, depending on your specific needs. And you just write that down in your CRM. That way you'll know this bank does this. This bank does this. You compile, a list of hundreds of them. That way, when you get into a situation, all you gotta do is type in what I need. Right. And then I need, say my generator went out and I need to replace my generator. I know a bank specifically that will do this. Let me call this bank. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. That's how it works. It's always people willing to lend money, because lending money is how you get money. So it's just a matter of having creative thinking, having a little bit more tenacity, and understanding that it's not that one phone call that you make to a bank. It's that 100. That's that 200 phone calls that you make to several banks to be able to build yourself a list of criteria that's going to be able to meet your specific needs.
Okay, good point. Let's get Steve the Dean's take on this, and then I'll weigh in on mine. We'll go to the next one. And shout out to Charles Faulkner, Leroy Williams. I didn't see the Charles Faulkner donation. He came on yesterday. Rufus, is it possible that many black businesses fail because they don't have access to the capital to meet their fixed and variable costs? Talking about that right now. Don Bosselin, thank you so much. What do you think, Steve? What's your take on it?
Well, I don't want to play the devil's advocate. You always put me in situations where I'm always the fucking bad guy. Oh,
you are the bad guy.
I'm always the bad guy. Fuck. I'm gonna get crucified for this, but I don't want the guys, not the panel, but everyone listen to us. These men are absolutely right, but I don't want y'all thinking that, wow, I can start a business and all of a sudden I can, probably find a black bank and they're just going to give me the money. Like they say, there are criterias, but there's something else that you guys need to understand. And I hope y'all going to write this down, because this is very, very important. And this is why they won't give you the money. I'm not going to tell you why they will. I'm going to tell you why 9 times out of 10 they won't give you the money and this is the reality of the situation. There are certain risks that banks look at when you go to them. If you go to them with your business, like O'Shea say, you have a business and you present them, there are several things that are called risks that the bank has to look at before they even approve you for a loan. One of them is called a strategic risk. Sometimes your strategy could be outdated. You know, you might had a plan of attack 2 years ago when your business started, but now that technology has changed, you still stuck in the 1800s while everybody's still in 2017. And that could be a cause for not doing it because you're not keeping up with the times. Like Black was saying that, you know, he has that software that keeps him up to date. You that's one risk that you have to look out for. The next one is a compliance risk. Okay. That's another thing that you got to think about. Are you complying with the necessary laws and regulations that comply to your business? Because if your compliances are not up to date, that is another reason why they won't give you the money. You have an operation risk, and the operation risk is the company's day-to-day functions. You got to have all your paperwork and all your shit together, and you will have to be, just like goes to Shark Tank. If you can't answer the questions that are asked in a simple, straightforward way, they will not fuck with you because they know that you're a bad investor and they're not going to invest in you. And I got a few more. Other one, you have a reputation risk. Now, if you're O'Shea's a well-standing, upstanding guy. But wait a second here. I hear that he hang out with Pookie and Ray Ray on the weekends and all this other stuff. And again, this kind of hits the cap thing, but who you hang out with has a great significance on if banks want to mess with you. And again, I don't set the rules up. I'm just being honest with you. You have to be an upstanding individual that they see that they can invest in you, or they're not going to put money into you. So it's not just who you are, your business, but it's the people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis as well. But again, O'Shea, you always make me the fucking bad guy with this shit.
You're definitely the bad guy, dude.
Shit.
Here's what I want to say before we get to the next point, and good points. What I think that also, you know, there is a lack of absence of welcoming financial institutions in the community. I believe that is true because I believe that Ukrainian credit union was started for one reason, because that Ukrainian credit union would be more sympathetic to Ukrainian immigrants than Bank of America or Golden One or Sacramento Credit Union. No one can tell me that Ukrainian credit unions did not start that Ukrainian credit union for those people because they would give them a better shot. And everybody on the panel will understand why they did that. Everybody understands why C.A.W. Clark started the Good Street Baptist Credit Union for people that were having a harder times that, you know, maybe would be trustworthy to get certain loans that the banks wouldn't do. We have to understand that in our communities, like the Ukrainians do it, they take care of their own. We do need more welcoming financial institutions in the community. Now, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Anthony Brian Logan's point was, well, this person could have bad credit. This person cannot be a business. Let's assume that you get approved by Bank of America. Well, the problem is if I'm doing a loan and this person is a good client, let's say for whatever reason, he'll pay the loan back to Bank of America, assuming he'll pay it back to credit union. Well, now I'm paying Bank of America, which is a white institution. That money is going to maybe several different employees. But if Anthony Brian Logan has a credit union in let's say in the Black community, he has most likely Black employees. I can pay that loan back to him. That money is going to flourish through that community also. And as that credit union gets the ability to make more money, then that credit union can do more for more startup businesses and vice versa. That whole money circulates, you know, and that's the idea of Black people doing for themselves and being independent of the state or of certain places is those people who can do business and they do have decent credit and they do need a loan and can pay it back. We need those welcoming financial institutions that are also there in the communities, just like the Jews have it, just like the Mexicans have it and the Ukrainians have it. And I think that if we think that we do not benefit from that, I'm not saying you're implying that. There's a big problem with that argument. I think, in my respect, if anybody is implying that, I think that the same reason why Ukrainians started a credit union in Sacramento is the same reasons why Blacks need to start one in Black communities. And let's say if that Black bank credit union cannot loan a certain amount of money to that person because it's too much, that's fine. But if they can, I think it's imperative for them to do so. And as that person who is doing business can prove they can pay it back, it is all better for the community. That's just my take on it. Let me go to number 6.
Hold on, I got to respond to that.
Sure.
The thing about the credit unions, like let's talk about the Jews right quick, because that's a big that's a good example. Now the Jews, they spend money amongst each other all the time. However, if you are not performing well, if you're not a good person, they won't deal with you. Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh yeah, Larry David.
That's that right there. They tell you what they do right there. It was one episode where Larry had this kind of creepy doctor who wanted to always give him a prostate exam. He was really like pushy about it, you know, kind of like on some gay stuff. But you know what? They kept going to him because he was Jewish. But do you know what? If he was a bad doctor, if he was a crackerjack doctor, whatever they want to call it, if he was a nut, they wouldn't go to him at all. You got to be good at what you do. You got to be skilled, just like Jewish lawyers. Jewish lawyers are great. They're excellent. You're not going to find a bad Jewish lawyer. That's the point. You got to be skilled at what you do to be able to get that money, to be able to put it into the bank, and to be able to give it to each other. It cannot be a charity case. We cannot have Pookie and Ray Ray coming in there with bad credit, no business plan, no capital, no nothing, and still get the money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. Let me say this. I never said, I definitely agree. Now, for example, let me just give you an example to see what you're saying. There's a medical university in the Caribbean called Ross University. 25% of all American doctors come from some kind of IMG situation like me. You're studying out of the country and not in the country to do medicine. At least 25 to 30% of people do that. Now, what American universities will say, oh, you don't hit the top tiers to be a medical student in the United States. And based off that logic, then, nobody can be a doctor based off, but only those who study in the country. But we see that that's not true. You have people such as myself who come back and score higher, or if not the same as American students. And that's the same thing with some of these businesses. I'm not talking about people who have no ability to do business and Pookie and Ray Ray. That's absurd. I'm talking about a person who can do business. No one will probably not want to give a particular person a chance to do business, and they prove they can do it.
I got to respond to that right quick. I see what you're saying, but see, it's kind of like apples and oranges a little bit, because you're paying the school, right?
Yes.
So it's not like they're paying you. See, it's different. If you got to pay somebody your money, you see what I'm saying? That's what you're talking about. We're talking about the credit unions and the banks.
Well, I mean, there's a certain hip hop artists and people like that all the time that nobody look at Charlemagne, right? Or any person that starts off has to pay something, whether it's time or money. I know that's kind of apples and oranges, but even in the case of, I know, for example, for me, I got a loan at Sacramento Credit Union for a car. I was considered a risk, and Bank of America and other people turned me down. I was able to pay it back. That's all I'm saying. For those people who have at least something to offer, I'm not saying just give Leroy and Ray Ray the damn loan.
I'm with you 100%. But I think somebody listening, I think the point that needs to be made is that you need to be have your step your game up regardless of what you're doing. If you want to get a loan, if you want to go to a bank, make sure you're coming in there proper and correct. Don't just be somebody that's on the street. Don't have anything together. If you got everything together, your credit is right, your collateral is right, and your skills are right, and you can't get a loan at X, Y, and Z bank, then the black bank, at that point they should be able to do it with you. But if you don't, then that's not really fair to put that on them to say, well, you gotta do with me regardless because I'm black. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. So let's quickly respond to it. Black man taking because you gotta go to the next one. You have 16 more to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Basically, a lot of these banks, we got to understand, a lot of these banks are for one, a lot of them are federally regulated, and I say that to say this. Banks are system. They work off systems too. So it's not like if your credit profile. The thing is, your credit profile fits certain banks, right? Every bank that, like I was saying, like every bank don't lend on every single thing, and some banks gonna want you to have more of this, less of this, more of that, less of that, and they have a system. They have basic criteria. So what happens is, because people don't talk to enough banks, you may go to one bank, you call one bank, you get denied, and you take it personal. You think that it's because something you did wrong. When in reality, that bank has specific criteria. They may not lay it all out to you, because a lot of times we don't go and ask those questions. So what happens is we take it personal and think, oh, woe is me. But no, Every bank has criteria, and they follow it like to the letter. Very, very, very seldom will they deviate from their specific criteria. And a lot of times they'll only do that for their VIP clients, like the people who are bringing in millions of dollars to them, you know what I mean? Or that they're making like millions of dollars off of. But for the average Joe, the regular banker, they have criteria and they don't deviate from it typically. So I say that to say this. I don't think that, like say for instance, if you're Jewish and you go to a Jewish bank, I don't think you're going to just get preferential treatment just because you're Jewish. I really don't believe that. I believe that because banks are in business to make money, just like every other entity. What happens is that Jewish person, he knows this guy who's told him the criteria that he needs to have together to be qualified to get this loan. And when that Jewish guy goes in, he has his paperwork in line. Listen, banks have certain business plans, like business plan proposals that they want you to use it, a business plan proposal specifically tailored to them. And if you don't meet that specific criteria, then they just won't give you the loan. And you won't even know when you're submitting your business plan that that's what they want. But having that inside scoop makes all the difference. And I think a lot of times with those relationships,
there's laws as well, because just like with the whole subprime mortgage crisis, see now what happened with that was that you had the banks become deregulated, and then they were able to give loans to people who couldn't get them. Then they want to call it predatory lending. You see what I'm saying? Because they know, because of your credit score and stuff like that, is you can't pay the loans back. People might go to jail for that because they know you can't pay, but they give you the loan anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. Okay, let me do this. I didn't know that predatory. That's something that I didn't know. I would open ABO. We got to do a show on that if you can, because I didn't know anything about predatory lending for the most part until you just said something about it. I've heard about it a little bit, but I know a lot of. I do know I've heard a lot of Black people complain about that also. But let me do this, and we have to come back to that one. Number 6, and we'll start with Angry Man. Initiating a business at an inappropriate point in the business cycle. Is Angry Man still there? I'm reading out the article.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. Do you have the article also so you can kind of read it too?
Yeah, I got it right here.
You still at number 6. So while one might say that this reason for failure is not caused by a poor business plan, it is related. In this case, the entrepreneur develops a business plan that is quite accurate and adequate. Okay, so you're doing good, but it is based on an economic business history that is about to change. Okay.
Yeah, we just touched on that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
you touched on that. He I think Steve touched on that, where he was talking about having a strategy that is outdated.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about this. Now we're all online, right? But 7, poor business location. I think Black communities really have this problem the hardest. I'm talking to you about this, Angry Man. You didn't even got to read it because I think the topic, it speaks for itself. You've been in business in the East Coast many years. Let's talk about poor business location and how that affects a business.
Location is everything. Everything. Location is everything. And you look at somebody like I mentioned earlier, Ray Kroc. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but most McDonald's are at the corner of a street. And the reason why is for easy access. The reason why is so that you can get there quicker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ray Kroc said he wasn't in the business of trying to make the perfect hamburger. He's in the real estate business.
There you go. Yes, game.
See what I'm saying? So you got a guy that has this business, and that's one of the main reasons McDonald's is like one of the most successful fast food businesses, is because of locations. Like, they care about location more than anything else.
Damn, I didn't even know that. Let me ask you this, Angry Man, because you had a tattoo shop, and you I don't know if do you still barber or time to time? Okay, so how did location play into those businesses for you personally?
With the first tattoo shop, the location sucked.
Okay.
And I suffered for it. I had to do a lot more advertising. I had to do a lot more legwork. I had issues where people couldn't find the spot. You know, it's just a pain. It's a pain in the ass when you don't have a good location, especially for a specific type of business that, you know, you need walk by traffic. You know, so if you have a barbershop or you have like any sort of brick and mortar business like that, you want to have some walk by traffic so that you'll have walk-in customers, somebody that just happened to be walking by and comes in, not off the strength of you advertising or you you know, drawing them in. They just happen to be walking by. If you got enough, man, if you got a good location and you got enough foot traffic, you can tremendously cut the cost of advertising. And that's the main reason why most places that are in really good locations, that's the whole reason why the rent is super high. You know, because they know, like, if you put your business right there, you're gonna get some business.
Right. That's absolutely true. Steve the Dean.
Yes,
I know you were all on the online businesses, but what about, you know, businesses there?
Like, you mean
location?
Well, Angry Man hit it best. I mean, fuck, man. I can't even go behind Angry Man with that because he hit everything correctly. I would just tell everybody watch the Ray Kroc, watch that show on Netflix, watch that movie because that I mean the thing is there's nuggets everywhere. You just gotta know where to look. But Angry Man answered the question. I can't. Again, I'm an online business, but I watched that movie and it was a masterpiece of how the game was.
What's the name of the movie? I'm gonna actually watch today.
You gotta watch it. Yeah, The Founder. It is one that if you really want to get in the he was on his grind, and like Angry Man said, he went. It wasn't about the franchise. It was about the motherfucking land, location, but it shows you how ruthless when you really are into your business, because he started off making shakes. He had shake machines. Then he came up with he met the McDonald's. Yeah. And then he took day shit from them. Yeah. I mean, it was just
one. Oh man, there's one scene in that movie. And I know you probably know which scene I'm talking about, Steve. It's the scene where they were in the bathroom.
Yes.
And he said to him, he said, you know, the one thing I can't understand. And Ray turned around and looked at him. He said, why didn't I steal it? Because I was in there. I seen how you guys did it. I seen everything. He said, why? You want to know why I didn't just try to reproduce it? He said, it's the name.
Yeah.
He said, I wanted the name. He said, nobody's going to come to Crocs. What is it? What does that sound like? He said, it's the name. He said, McDonald's. He said, that sounds like America. Like this dude, I'm telling you right now, like when I was in sales back in the day, we used to, like, a lot of motivational speakers will use Ray Kroc as an example because this dude was a beast. So like when that movie came out, I was like, yo, I got to see that shit because that dude, they picked the right person for it too.
O'Shea, don't sleep on that. See that? Okay. Go watch that, O'Shea. Yeah, don't sleep on that.
You gotta go see that.
Let me get to Black Men Taking Our Community Back about business location in Black communities, like for your for your face-to-face, hand-to-hand businesses. I know we're all online, and I'm gonna ask Anthony Brian Logan a different question about location on the internet, right? Because you talked about SEO and all these things. So let me get to your situation, Mr. Black, about what's your take on the poor business location for Black businesses.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my business is not necessarily location dependent, and it's not necessarily. It's a little bit of both, but it's not necessarily just in internet either. But I think Angry Man knocked it out of the park. I can't really add anything to it. I mean, other than regurgitating exactly what he said. But it's to be honest with you.
Okay. Let me ask Anthony Brian Logan a different question then, because Anthony Brian Logan, you've been in a face-to-face business and you've been in online business. Yep. So, is there a particular business location? Because you can have a good location physically, right? How can a person find good location on the internet?
Well, on the internet, online, you got to have good URLs, short URLs, preferably. You don't want to have something that's like too many complicated, like hard to spell, you know what I'm saying, with dashes and stuff like that. Make sure it's easy to talk, easy to say it. Same thing with social media, stuff like that. You want to make sure they're uniform as possible. So it's not a whole lot of different things. That's pretty important. And also, you want to be able to just search your name and everything come up. That's why when you ask me, how can you find you? I say, just search Anthony Brown Logan. Everything comes up. That's what you got to do. You got to be able to make yourself easy to find on the internet. Don't have private oh, that's the worst thing I see. People that have businesses that have private profiles. Like, what are you doing? You know, are you going to have a private business? Are you going to have the door locked to your business all day when you're trying to get customers? No, everything needs to be public. I don't care. Like baby mama trying to find you child support. Look, man, just make sure you block her, but keep your profiles wide open so everybody can find you and easily on the internet, especially on Google. Search yourself on Google all the time. It doesn't Bing doesn't matter. Don't try to buy ads on Bing or some other stupid stuff like that. Google is all you need to have because that's pretty much a verb at this point. I'm gonna Google it. So make sure you're able to be seen and found on Google. That's what I would say about a digital location. Easy to find, short URLs for your titles for your websites.
Yeah, Google Street. That's where your business got to be.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Also about brick and mortar location. I'm gonna talk about that right quick too. So I did that too. Now, your brick and mortar, it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to sell ice cream cones in a tourist location, you don't want to be in the hood, nowhere near the oceanfront. Okay. You want to be as close to the beach as possible, like on the boardwalk if you can, and get you one of those little trucks that they have where they got or like an ice cream truck. Make sure the ice cream truck is close to the actual beach, or one of those little carts that the old man have, and have like a wheelbarrow. Make sure that's like right on the boardwalk. And also, sometimes it does not matter where you have a location. Like at one point when I had my brick and mortar, when I had an office, I was doing graphic design and stuff like that. We just marketed it pretty well. And we had connections with people. We would go to parties and stuff like that and meet people, talk to people and say, hey, come see us over here. We were close to a mall, but it was like in an industrial park across the street from the mall. It was easy to miss us, but we were out there talking to people and connecting with them face to face, giving them flyers and stuff like that, attractive flyers. We had good marketing. That's how they were able to find us. That's how we were able to brand it. And we stayed there for a long time. So that's another thing. Stay in one location for a while. If you keep moving, you lose people. Because people keep coming to that one spot. If you keep moving, they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna just say forget it and go somewhere else."
Right. That's very good. That's very, 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 very good. Let me do this. First of all, let me shout out everybody that's in the chat. We are gonna get through all these tonight, so don't worry. Because some of these we've already touched on. Keep the likes coming up, people. If you're in the chat room, I really appreciate the love that you guys are giving for the entire podcast. So we have 161 people that have liked it thus far, 190 people. So you have 29 people to like it, to make it 190 likes. So if you're in the chat, like the video. Also, I want to shout out to people who have been donating in the super chat. Appreciate you, Leroy. I saw you donating. What happens is when you guys support the Brother Pill podcast, that goes into paying for the NegroManosphere.com. It goes to paying other YouTubers, donating. I'm a Patreon to Solo TV 84, Charles Tyler, Alan Roger Curry. Many people I donate to. We all donate to each other. It helps the money stay within the Black Manosphere. I donate to Anthony Brown Logan, Angry Man. So it keeps the money in circle. So when you guys donate in super chat, it does help to keep this business that we have going on right now afloat. So we do appreciate everything that you guys do, all right, for the channel. So keep the likes coming up. And then what we want to do, Nick Taylor, do you have PayPal? I do. But I will drop that here in a moment. But let me do this, Angry Man. We're going to start with actually Steve Dean on this topic. All right, now this is pretty good, right? You're a dating coach, right, Steve Dean?
Yes, sir. Last I checked, it was, yeah.
Last you check it, okay. So here's the thing: too much competition and too little cooperation. All right, a common pitfall for many, including Black entrepreneurs, is that they will see thriving businesses of a certain variety, let's say dating coaches like Steve Dean, and assume that they can carve out a niche in that same business. in the same location.
Yeah,
I saw this plenty times in Africa, in Uganda. In fact, when researching the business plan, they may seem to uncover reasons as why their new business will be successful, namely that there's sufficient demand based on the area's population. Unfortunately, there are certain intangibles that cannot be measured. It often turns out that existing thriving businesses possess certain intangibles that are difficult to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when the new entrepreneur starts a business in competition with existing businesses, the former finds that the competition is too stiff, that the new business cannot survive. Okay. So Steve Dedeen, and I'm going to do this personally for each person on the the panel. Steve Dedeen, you're a dating coach, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hey, fuck your dating coaching ability.
No doubt.
Because I feel that you ain't shit.
Yeah, you know it.
I feel that.
I love you too.
Your dating coaching ability.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get into the business that you are doing because I know more about fucking these hoes and fat bitches than you do.
Exactly. Yeah. I've seen them come and see them go. Yeah, I've seen your kind come and go. Okay. I love that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it for each one of y'all. Okay. I'm gonna turn it up. Angry
turn
man, you about to get next, nigga. You in trouble. With me.
Let's turn this. Let's turn this shit up.
Clips of Oregon.
Let's turn it up.
Anthony Brown Logan, I got a good one for you.
Now, O'Shea, I say this without a love and respect, but fuck you. All right, but let me tell you something.
Okay, but so why am I going to fail?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you because number one,
okay,
in order to understand it, there are two pathways, and again, connecting the system. Number one, in order to understand the lay of the land, you got to humble yourself and find out what's around that corner, because you don't know what's around that corner. You automatically assume, people automatically assume that it's easy, man. I can just tell these guys this information and I can do this. I could become a dating coach. And then you see them try and fail within a few months. They be like, man, fuck, I can't get no clientele. I don't know how to do it. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. The problem is, first off, you got to humble yourself. And O'Shea, you got to turn that knob down and humble yourself and come knock on my door and friend me and find out what's around that corner, because you don't know. So I'm gonna let you go around that corner and you're gonna fail that way, number one. But number two, the reason that you won't be able to be a dating coach for me, one thing I learned at a very young age, and I call it Prince marketing. That's what I was taught, Prince marketing. And for me, Prince marketing is this. You know me, O'Shea. You called me. What time was I up when you called me this morning? What time was I up?
It had to be at least 2 o'clock in the morning.
Like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Exactly. Because again, the Prince marketing goes like this. If you sleeping, you ain't making money. Thing I thought about Prince, what I was taught as far as marketing, he's up all night recording, performing, busting his ass, adding tracks in his vault. And that's why you're not gonna be better than me, because you coming in with the thunder. I like your thunder, right. But there's nothing behind it. There's also substance behind it, because you got to understand something. When you're a dating coach, that means that there are no days off. When you on vacation, you ain't on vacation. Right. That means when I'm on the phone with a guy in the United States at 9 o'clock in the daytime, I got to be up at 2, 3 in the morning to talk to the guy in Japan, the one in the UK, the one in New Zealand. These are things that, you're going to miss recitals. You're going to miss get-togethers, because when you're a dating coach, there's no time. When people need you, it's like a doctor. You got to be there. You can't be to a client, because remember, if this is your only income, you can't tell someone, well, I can't do it right now, man. I'm eating my cereal and I'm watching Love and Hip Hop and shit. You gotta wait. It don't work that way. So I hear your thunder, but right. Again, those are the things that you don't see around the corner that will fail. Now, again, if you came in, hey, you know what? How you doing, Steve? You know what? I'm trying to get in there because there's enough room on the table for everybody. If you do that with the right person, he's going to bring you along and show you the ins and outs of what it is to be a dating coach. So then you'll understand that am I willing to put in the time and the effort? Am I willing to sit there and record and bust my ass and stay up like only get 2 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep and be fine with it? If you can't do that, O'Shea, fuck you. Go ahead and try. Okay. You will fail, fam.
Okay, so maybe dating coaching, but you know what? This motherfucking angry man right here, I can do what he's doing.
Get him, angry.
I gotta get your turn. Step on up.
Get the cigarette, Angry. Get the cigarette, dog.
Get the cigarette together, nigga.
Get the cigarette, man.
Gotta get it together. He ain't gonna get it. Okay, listen. Oh, so we turned it up.
Come on with it.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
I was born ready.
What you talking about? I watch your videos. Yeah, you good and shit. Yeah, you got your little OBS stream and all that. Yeah, it looks nice. You got people donating. It looks nice. But nigga, I can do that. I can have an angry tank. I can fuse anger. I can have 70 Patreons. What you doing ain't shit.
Okay.
You know? I can do what you do. My name is Reginald Brown. I'm making up troll pages every motherfucking day to come onto your shit because I want to shout out my motherfucking YouTube channel. Your ass is next. I can do what you're doing. I'm Reginald motherfucking Brown, nigga. Reginald Brown.
Okay.
My last name is a color, motherfucker. You know who you fucking with, nigga.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I'll do this shit and take that shit out of goddamn. I'm Reginald motherfucking Brown.
Well, here's the thing. You can do what I'm doing. Anybody can do what I'm doing.
All that nice logos and shit on your shit.
But the question is, can you do it better than me?
Oh,
that's the question. It ain't about who do it first. It ain't about who do it last. It's about who do it better. That's what it's about. Can you outgrind me? That's the question. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of cats look at somebody like, say, a Gucci Mane, and they say, why does this dude keep having money? He can't rap. I seen an interview with him where he said, yo, you know how many people been telling me that I can't rap, that I'm whack, that I'm corny, but they can't outgrind me. He said he get up earlier than everybody else. And when everybody else is asleep, he working. You feel what I'm saying? Back in the day, I used to bootleg CDs.
Right.
That's right. There was a music store down the street from where I was at. Me and my boys had a 4-man team, and we was running that shit like we were working in shifts. That shit started out as a Sam Goody. Within 6 months, they had to close it down. They turned it into a Blockbuster Music.
Damn, y'all put them out of business like that?
Few months later, that one shut down. Then they turned it into a Turtle Music. You know what that location is right now?
What is it?
It's an Advanced Auto.
What? Okay, well, I better not fuck with you.
To this day, if you see a dude out here running around in North Carolina, in this part of North Carolina, and he says, hey, man, I got some CDs, man, 5 for $20.
Wow.
And they got that shit from me. That was my business model. In fact, I even had a list because everybody else that was doing their thing, they'd run up and they'd have a bag or whatever, and they have to flip through it or whatever. Nah, that's not efficient enough. You standing there going through your stuff, taking up too much time. So I made a card. I made a list that had each individual CD or movie like that. If you go to a Redbox right now, that list you see on the side of the red box looks just like my list. And I'm 100% convinced that whoever created Redbox, I sold them a CD and they saw that list. I don't care what nobody say. You feel me? So that's one business venture. Now, as far as this YouTube shit,
right?
You're going to have to grind your ass off. Because right now, Reginald Brown, I gotta
you gonna call my full name and shit, nigga.
I gotta compete with this nigga O'Shea, who don't seem to ever sleep. I gotta compete with Jap. I gotta compete with all of these dudes, and as we know, steel sharpens steel. And then on top of that, I got coaches. I got cats like Steve the Dean Williams telling me, yo, man, you need to do such and such. You need to do this. I got Kevin Samuels in my ear. I got so many people in my ear giving me advice and motivating me. There's no way you're going to compete with me, Reginald. Get this shit right.
I mean, all right. I'm going to just keep making up troll pages and coming to your fucking channel, though. I mean, you know. You made a good point. We gonna make up these 15,000 email accounts. I'll be back. But that nigga Anthony Brian Logan, him. I got something for his ass. He don't need. Yeah, yeah. You know. Hold on. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, I'll be watching your channel and shit. Yeah, you got that big ass USA flag and shit. You got 1 fucking billion subscribers and shit. But you know what? You know what? You know what? You don't even got no fucking graphics. You and that ugly ass nigga O'Shea, y'all don't have no fucking graphics. I know I could do what you're doing. How the fuck you get 10 billion subscribers in the goddamn way? You don't curse. You don't say nigga. You ain't got no hoes twerking in the background and shit. You know what I mean? You ain't got no music ever playing in the background. You ain't got, you know, at least Angry Man, he got some music. You ain't got shit.
Right.
1,900 people in a goddamn chat at the same fucking time and shit. How the fuck you? I can do that shit. If you do that, I can put up a fucking flag in the background and shit, nigga. You don't even curse.
Hey, I say if you could do it, Reginald, I say go for it. You know, I say to everybody, people always hit me up, say, man, how can I do that? How can I do what you're doing? And I tell them everything. I give them the whole thing. But are you going to do it? Are you going to just sacrifice your life to do something for a business venture? Are you willing to do that? How long is it going to take? You see that back there? Can you get that? You see that that button?
Yeah.
Hold on. Can I show it? Hold on.
He just studied hard.
He gonna go get him. Is that how you gonna do me?
I'll pull it out.
Don't do Reggie like that. Okay, hold on. Let's see it.
Can you get this?
Yes.
Can you get that?
You know what?
I'm gonna just do this like this. Can you get this? In 1 year, like I did? In 1 year of YouTube, like I did? Can you do it?
How many months?
If you can, go for it. I want to see it. As soon as you do, send me a picture with your face on it, Reginald Brown. Don't show it. Show me your face. Reveal it with this right here. How about that?
Damn, Reggie.
When you get Susan, the CEO of YouTube, write you a letter and say congratulations.
What?
Show me the letter.
Drops mic.
And
Drops
that.
mic. Drops mic.
Damn.
Walk away, Mr. Brown.
The podcast is starting to get real interesting right now. Man, I take that shit personal. I ain't even Reginald Brown. He hurt my feelings. That shit,
Right? It hurt mine
I never
too.
seen Reginald Brown.
Everybody feelings like that. I'm gonna boot it out of here.
I forgot about the
checkmate.
plaque.
Damn. He got the plaque.
Angry Man, and he getting on all hell. We can't do that shit to save our goddamn lives.
Damn,
I bet you I'll come steal it from your motherfucking ass. I'll have it.
Got my name on it.
Wait till you go to sleep, nigga. I'll be right there.
Got
Some
my name
socks and a
You
Jericho
Anthony Brian
wig
Logan?
out in your
Got my
window.
Oh, damn.
And that's what's so funny. You know what? I would still hang it on the wall. They'd be like, wait a minute. Wait, Anthony Brian.
Damn.
Shit, can Reginald even get 500 subscribers?
Hell no.
Let alone 1,000. Nigga,
got
get 300.
Yeah, you got 500. You got 500 pages.
That nigga got more. That nigga got more accounts than he got subscribers.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Black men taking our community back. Now I gotta get on your ass. Now, you ain't really a YouTuber like everybody else, but you got at least 3,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? You be coming on here sounding all smart and articulate and shit, and you know these fucking words. You know, all these fucking good ass phrases, and nigga, I can barely fucking read. You know, but if you can get 3,000 fucking subscribers, you know, I'm Reginald Brown. You know, I only got negative 20 subscribers though, but I'm still working on it. Why the fuck can I do what you do? And yeah, you got, nice little, you don't even really show your face like that, but you got, nice little words and educated and shit, using all these goddamn phrases and all that other fuck shit. All smart. You went to college and shit. Yeah, I see you. But nigga, I can do that too. I can be on there. If you can be on the panel with O'Shea, Anthony Brian, fucking Logan, and Steve the goddamn Dean with his bald-headed ass and Angry Man. Fuck that. I can do it too. Why can't I do it?
Oh man, that reminds me of the Angry Rapper. Y'all remember that on them Biggie albums?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I say do it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, if you're willing to do, put in the consistency that I have in terms of read. Look, I read 17 books this year. 17? 17 books, man. I mean, and I've read everything from
call the police on you for reading that much, man.
And didn't nobody make you do it? I
nobody made it by
yourself.
You understand what I'm saying? 17 man. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you're willing to be committed to consistency, okay. You know, even though I may not be consistent on my YouTube channel, because I do my YouTube channel more so as a cathartic type of release, you know what I mean? More than anything, I just be having to get some stuff off of my chest. So it's not something that I take serious. But you know, in my regular life, man, I'm a robot. And if you're not willing to be a robot, then, you know, you'll never be able to outcompete me. You won't raise the money that I raise. I live on probably about 50% of my income. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, my life is easy. I keep my life easy. You know what I mean? My credit is impeccable. My finances are impeccable at all times. And the reason why that is because I don't go outside of my bounds. And, you know, and I maintain a certain level of consistency, and I kick butt in the things that I do. You know what I mean? And I'm going to outwork anybody that I know. So, you know, in my personal life. So at the end of the day, if you up for that kind of task, you know, then, you know, go for it.
Damn. You know what? I done heard it. Oh, I just heard a black man say life is easy. Who said damn? Oh yeah. Outstanding.
So listen, I'm gonna turn it up on you guys and make it interesting, because the next one, Steve, man, you escaped barely last time. You will not escape Hell's Fury this time. So before we do so, I'm gonna start maybe turning it up a little bit more, because I think the podcast is more funner, man, when we start, you know, getting into it, getting our niggified on. Even ABL, he likes it. I could tell by the way he ain't gonna never say it.
He's like, don't make me take my glasses off.
You know, nigga, don't let me, you know. Nigga, I mean, I'm about to say. Here's my YouTube silver play button award. Can you do that? I'm sorry. He about to start eating chicken in a minute. Now that nigga about to start coming out his ass. All right, listen. Here's the next scenario. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Steve, black businesses fail for poor product. Angry man, I hope you cut the cigarette in your mouth, because I'm going to really be on your ass. Mm-hmm. The quality of the goods services produced are of insufficient quality. This is the transparent outcome. No customer wants to feel the value of what he or she receives in good services is less than what she pays for the goods and services. You talked about this a little bit earlier. This can happen for a variety of reasons. For example, in an effort to reduce costs, an entrepreneur may source from a manufacturer that produces poor quality goods. On the other hand, the entrepreneur could simply charge a relatively high price for the goods services that are sold. In addition, with respect to services, the entrepreneur can skimp on staff training, which results in poor quality services being offered. So that means you're selling T-shirts, you have poor quality, or you have a service that doesn't involve a physical product necessarily, but you don't want to pay the staff to present or deliver that service to a customer. Or again, the business could be charging a relatively high price for the services that are delivered, which could be of high quality. In any event, customers will complain if the appropriate action is not taken to the right situation. Customers will go away, the business will fail. The only and the important lesson here is that entrepreneurs should provide their customers with value in goods and services that is comparable to the prices being charged. All right, because I got to deal with 3 people at least on this list, because ABL sells $1 million T-shirts. Angry Man sells $2 billion T-shirts. And Steve the Dean sells $15 trillion dating coach tapes. I gotta start with you first, Steve.
Yes, sir.
All right, nigga. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready, sir.
Look at the Angry Man getting prepped up right now. You see him practicing. He nervous. People be nervous when they start smoking cigarettes. Hey, listen, nigga. Why the fuck do you need to sell these fucking dating coach fucking DVDs and shit at $30 trillion every fucking CD? Why can't you just get that shit away? Why you just can't give it? Why I gotta be so fucking high? I'm just saying, nigga, this shit is so high, it's higher than blood pressure. I'm just saying, why the fuck is that shit $30 trillion? You know? And if I pay you $30 trillion, how I know it ain't gonna be a blank CD in that motherfucker? I turn on, I put the fucking CD in the goddamn DVD, shit is black. You got fat bitches on there twerking and shit, butt naked, singing a gospel CD with a goddamn hot dog in their mouth with no volume. How the fuck I know that if I spend $30 trillion on a goddamn DVD set with you, you ain't gonna teach them some shit I already don't fucking know? Why don't you just give it to me first?
Sir, what I'd like to say to you first is that please, there's no reason to raise your voice. What I would like for you to understand is that
my name is Reggie. Call me about Reggie.
Reggie. I'm saying Reggie. Mr. Brown. Can I call you Mr. Brown?
Sometimes it's Mrs. Brown. I'll be on my period and shit.
Okay. Well, Mrs.
I'm a bitch ass nigga. You got to understand that.
No, so you're not a bitch.
I'm a bitch ass nigga. Don't tell me what I am. I know I'm a bitch.
I know you're better than that. I know.
No, I'm not. I'm a hoe. Oh, I'm a hoe. My mama was a hoe. My grandma was a hoe. That's my name.
That's not true. You know why it's not true? Because you have taken time out of your busy schedule to come talk to me. So I'm here for you. Now, the first thing that you need to do before you even invest in me is I asked you go to my website and listen to the testimonials and listen to the lives that I changed first before you invest in me, number one. Number two, one thing about me that separates me from everybody else is once you do buy a product from me, I'm going to call you and I'm going to check and see if everything's okay periodically every 1 or 2 weeks to make sure that everything is fine. If everything is fine or not fine, you have any troubles or issues, please let me know because I would do everything I possibly can to make sure that you are happy, that you have a good product and you won't have any problems, Mr. Brown. Why? Because I know your motherfucking ass. I'm whispering in the back of my head because I know your motherfucking ass. And when you get good product, I want to be the Coca-Cola. I want you to sell me to everybody else. Once I bring you in and treat you like a guest or a family member and treat you well and make sure my customer service is better than everybody else and give you more perks than everybody else can give you, you have, hey, here's the best thing, Mr. Brown. Once you listen to one of my $30 trillion audio products and you have a problem or issue, you can call me or send me an email. I'll call you. We'll talk it over so we can move your ahead. Why? Because most people will just sell you something. Once you buy it, you're on your own and you get frustrated. You don't want to deal with it anymore. You are better than that. Your family, we're a unit. I got you covered, Mr. Brown. All you got to do, here's my product. When you have a problem, call me up. And I got you covered, sir. So there's no reason to yell. Is that okay, Mr. Brown? Is that okay with you, sir?
So, sorry, I'm in my bitch ass nigga tennis.
No, it's Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, it's okay. Mr. Brown, I was about to get my cigarette out on you, but it's okay, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, it's okay, Mr. Brown. I know we all have bad days and troubling days, but that's what I'm here as a dating coach to get you to understand and realize. It's okay. No, it's okay. Listen, it's okay, Mr. Brown. It's okay. I'm gonna get you that pussy, Mr. Brown. I got you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna put my cigarette in my mouth again, but we good, Mr. Brown. It's okay. Let it out. Let it, Mr. Brown. Let it out. Sometimes. I know. Daddy didn't push you on the swing. I got it. I'll push you on the swing, Mr. Brown. I got you covered, sir. Anything I can do to make you happy.
Tears.
Sir. I know.
Tears.
Real
tears, man.
It's okay. It's okay. There, Mr. Brown. It's okay. It's okay.
On my face, man.
I'll go get some warm milk or something. I got you covered.
Some warm
Anything
milk.
I can do to make you happy.
Sorry, brother. Sorry. So what you saying is
face all wet. What the hell?
I've been crying, dog. I'm a bitch ass
nigga. It's gonna burn you up.
I'm a bitch ass nigga, man.
No,
so
Mr. Brown, you're not
emotional.
a bitch ass. No, Mr. Brown, you're not emotional. You just don't understand, and that's why you're here. Because I'm giving you clarity.
Let me hop out of character. What you're saying is, see, Angry Man, you ain't shit, man. You can't be laughing at me when I'm doing this shit, man. Listen, what you're saying is that even though the product is high, as a customer, regardless of the price, I'm gonna know that whatever price point you set is worth me paying.
Yes.
And whatever I'm looking for, you're going to give that to me,
and then some.
And then I'm going to understand that service you're delivering me is going to be so on point that I'm going to recommend it to somebody else.
Yes, because you want to do above and beyond what the regular guy does, because I want to make you feel, and this is not no show game. I wanted you to know that I got your back, and our product is you're not just paying for the product, you're paying for my service and me as well. I work for you. So I got to do everything I can to please you because you're my customer.
Okay. That's something that black people, bad business don't understand. That's a good point. It's not necessarily the product at the price point, but the service is going to be delivered. I'm going to come back. Okay, let me go to Angry Man here. Let me get back in character. Let me get my bitch nigga mode. Put your cigarette in your mouth. I've been trolling your channel too. Yeah, what up, Angry Man? You know, I see you doing your thing and shit, man. You know, you don't never want to invite me for a fucking Google Hangout. What's up with that, nigga? I'm Reginald motherfucking Brown. Subscribe to my channel, nigga. Now, I see you got your
which one
shit. Which one? Selling these fucking t-shirts for $15 million a fucking piece and shit. You know, and you got to start this Angry Man University. You want me to sign up for that and all this shit,
yes, sir.
You know, I see you doing your thing and everything like that. But you know, I just really want to know, how the fuck I know if I sign up for that shit that you know what I'm saying, are you gonna do with Steve Dean? Can I call you at 18 o'clock in the nighttime? You gonna pick up, nigga? You gonna pick up? Can I get your number if I do it? I'm just saying, nigga, you know, you won't even accept my ad on Facebook. I sent you 30 emails, man. You won't even respond to me, man.
So you want to know?
Hold on, man. I'm crying.
So basically, what you want to know is if I'm charging you X amount of money, am I providing a quality product and quality service? That's what you want to know.
That's just what I want to know, man. I'm just, you know.
See, let me tell you something. Because I hate we have to go through this shit. But let me show you something.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to reach back on you the way ABL did real quick.
Is he gonna put powder in his head? Oh shit. Oh,
you see this right here? This right here is a quality product.
Oh my God.
I stand by this product.
Okay.
I put my name on this product. You see that right there? You see that's my name.
I'm a bitch ass nigga.
So
I'm seeing something. Talking about these tears in my eyes, nigga. But I see it though.
Let's see this. Nobody asked me to do this shit.
Oh,
you see the quality of this shit? I know you see it glistening.
I see
you
it.
See that quality? That's a quality product. And you know what? I give this shit away. So if I give away some shit that look this good, what you think my shit look like that I'm charging $15 million for, nigga? And you know what? Here's the thing about it. I give this shit away. And ain't nobody asked me to make this shit. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this shit. I'm gonna give them some quality. And what make it so bad, it ain't even been a year yet. I ain't had this damn thing 6 months. And I already improved the motherfucker. You wanna know what the new one look like?
What the new one look like, dog?
You wanna know what the new one look like? God damn it. I'm gonna show you what the new one. That's the new one, nigga.
Oh shit! Hold on, man. More tears for joy, dog. Hold on a second.
That's the new one, nigga.
I gotta get my tears together, dog. I gotta get my
and that one free too.
I gotta get my tears together.
That one is free too, damn it. that shit is free too, goddamn. Look at that.
Oh, let me have it, please.
I just take this shit off the dick.
I'm a star. I'm just saying,
my quality of my shit.
I'm just saying, dog. You ain't gotta make me cry like that, bro. This really want one of the things, man. Can I have a cigarette out your mouth, please?
You should be crying. That was a beautiful sight. You should be crying. Like looking at a damn sunset.
Oh. All right, well, look, man. Let me go fuck with Anthony Brian Logan, man, because Steve Dean, Angry Man, treat me bad. All right, ABL, man. All right, man, listen. Steve Dean gonna sell me some dating coach shit, right? And Angry Man, he gonna roll me in his university and get I'm a buy an angry tank. But I'm sorry, man. I'm a bitch ass nigga. My name is Reginald Brown, man. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I have these turquoise gator skin shoes on, man. No socks. My feet be sticking outside and shit, nigga. Even the fat bitches won't date me, dog.
Oh gosh.
My bad, man. I'm emotional right now, ABL. But man, you got these t-shirts, bro. I really like them. Because this is ABL. You know.
Can't do nothing for you, man. You got to go on the website and get them, man. They hot.
You know, I like ABL too, because when my fat bitches, I'm about buying links. You know, about buying hot links for bitches. ABL. I just really want to give one of my fat bitches one of them shirts, man. But you want too much money for them things, man. I got about $10.
Hey, you
why
got
do I gotta pay so much for your brand, man? Why I gotta pay $13 billion for the shirt, man?
Hey, if you got $10, you ain't nothing but $25 short. So go ahead and get that rest of that money, save it up. You be all right. You ain't that far away.
Yeah, wait a minute, man. $35.
Hey, man, you gotta get it. It costs money.
Elbow rub with that, nigga. What do I get with that? $35.
Hey, they hot. They're hot designs. You like them. You know, your girl, if you can't get no girl or whatever, she like them too. You got to do it like that, man. That's just what it is.
He said you $25 short.
Yo, I mean, that's hot though. Look at this shirt.
That's
you have to go back. You know,
okay,
back
man,
to
what about like
$34.98? I'm gonna need that. You know, shipping and handling, processing costs. Come on, man. This stuff costs money, man. This ain't no game.
I'm gonna need that.
I'm gonna need that ASAP. So look, Reginald, hey man, I see you crying over there. You got your face all wet. That's fine, but you know them tears don't do nothing for me, man. You know, at the end of the day, this website don't run on tears. It run on money. So what's up, man? $25.
Oh man. All right, let me go to my man. Let me go to my man. Mr. Black.
I forgot.
Mr. Black, let's talk about, you know, in the real sense. Do we have a failure to deliver on good products? Like, do we not understand price points? Are we charging too much for products that are not good?
I think so, but I think you need to do a whole series on Mr. on this character. But
Mr. Reginald Brown?
Yeah, man, on Reginald Brown.
Oh, should I make up a whole little series on this guy? What you think, Angry Man?
Hell yeah.
Is it funny?
That shit is hilarious.
You know what I mean? That's product number one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I do, man. I think at the end of the day, man, the market is unforgiving, and if you can't provide what the market is wanting for a good price, man, you're not gonna live long in the world of business, and that's just the way it is, man. I'm glad it's like that.
Okay, so let me do this. I might not do the whole thing tonight because we have so many, but maybe we can finish some more and then we can quick. This is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I know my neighbors is probably tired of hearing me crying. They probably think my girl beat my ass in there.
Oh, your girl still living out there?
Huh?
Your girl still living out there with you?
Yeah, she's still here.
Oh, that's what's up.
She don't want to. Yeah, I mean,
she ain't letting that in-house leave, huh?
Man, I can't get rid of her ass. Keep it real. Somebody want to take her? Let me know. Now I'll send it to you right now. No, I'm just playing.
FedEx.
Yeah, FedEx. Listen. Poor business presentation, number 10.
Well, wait, Mr. Brown, real quick, Mr. Brown. With all that crying, they showing shirts. I want to send you your own shirt, your man maxi pad shirt. So you stop believing.
Damn.
Pull up on them.
I got you, dog. I want to see your own man maxi pad shirt, dog.
Hey, before you send one to me, can you send one of those to another YouTuber who keeps stalking Alan Roger Curry?
Yo.
Hey,
because he needs one of those too.
It comes with a cane. It comes with a cane.
Oh, shit.
The voice of the everyday stalker.
The blue collar. Oh, y'all wrong. Y'all fucked up.
I need 300 Patreons right now, or I'm out this motherfucker. I quit. Next week, come back. I'm still here.
That nigga was on there like, goddamn it, I tell you what, y'all don't kick in this goddamn Patreon, I'm gonna shut this motherfucker down. Mean that shit.
A nigga about 300 Patreons short. He's still on there. Welcome. This is the voice of the everyday stalker. I'm sitting around looking at what the fuck Ellen Rodgers is doing because I don't have a life. Me and my buddy Reginald Brown about to start a podcast called Bitch Ass Niggas. Okay, listen.
Etc. At all.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
To answer,
I don't think he
question.
realized, you know something, O'Shea? Just to keep it real. I don't think he realized how much Cats is holding back.
Oh,
like, man, I could 100 miles an hour. Oh, I just leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Because me and you, because the way that y'all did, the best roast I think I've seen on YouTube was the way y'all did Sansa Ray. Oh my God. See, this is what we do over here in Negro Tube, but in ABL, I know over there, man, it's a little bit more civilized. But when you come to the we bring niggified to life. I'm gonna start doing skits and shit too, man. Like my little preacher skits again. I'm gonna start doing them.
Oh shit!
We'll bring them back.
Yeah.
Have you heard my preaching skit, Steve?
No, wait.
I did one on Minister Jap. Like, it was funny, man. I gotta start doing it, man. I gotta bring them shit back. But all right, the next one, poor business presentation. Okay. It takes money to make money. Another related adage is if you look successful, then you'll be successful. I know this is my problem myself with these ragged ass, my ragged ass YouTube channel. These two adages spell out the reality of most businesses. If an entrepreneur wants to be successful, he must be very professional and must look successful. If you require advice from an investment advisor, you want to talk to someone who has had personal success investing. One way for a successful investor to reflect his success is to reflect some degree of obstination. When new entrepreneurs initiate a business and don't take sufficient care to make it themselves look successful, then potential customers will doubt their ability to perform. Let's stop right there. Steve, how important is, like, I be seeing you, I got to get my Reginald Brown voice. I see you with all these white bitches in your motherfucking videos and shit, man. Got all these white bitches and shit. They look so good. So good. I mean, why you ain't got no black bitches in your videos? Man, we ain't gonna talk about that though, for real. I think
presentation.
Yeah, why you ain't got no big booty black bitches with the fat asses and the tattoos on their thighs and shit? Them the kind of hoes I like fucking. You got all these white chicks and shit. Ukraine and motherfucking Czech Republic. You got your black ass in the middle, look like you a goddamn, you know, your black ass with all them white women, you look kind of funny in that shit, man. The white boys gonna kick your ass with all them fine ass white women in that damn shit, man. Wait, somebody pull the video up. Steve Dedin, can you screen share? Show what I'm talking about.
Oh man, let me see if I can screen share something for you.
This is his business presentation, you guys. I want you guys to see this.
Okay, I want to show you my business presentation. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Here you go. How about this? There you go.
Okay, let me see.
Is that? Let me upload. Let me see overlay. Hold on. Let me close it. Hold on. I'm trying to do this shit right. So you say I'm trying to be like y'all motherfuckers. Hit the overlay button and hit the picture, right? Oh, I'm just trying to show y'all, man. Now wait. Now hold on, Reginald. Let me tell you something, dog. The bottom line is this, dog. You got to go towards your market. That's the bottom line. And my market is, unfortunately, is more of the non-black side because they are paying for my services. So I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but I mean I do my. There you go. There's a black chick right there. Is that okay, Reginald?
But it took you 13,000 hours to find that photo, man.
It did, motherfucker. It did though.
No, let me see the white ones.
I don't see.
Oh wait, hold on, wait, hold on. That's okay. That's that one, right? You want to see the white ones, right? Okay, you want to see the white bitters. Okay. All right. Well, all right. How about this one? Oh, what about this one? How about this one right here? Is this all right? What about that one? No, that's not white. You want another one?
Okay.
Let me give you another one.
That one.
All right. Here you go. Here you go. This is the one.
Go
This the
back
one.
to that one real quick.
That's what he's talking about. There you go. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, why you got all them white bitches like that, man? Like, what's the what like why? Like, how you got all them fine white women like that, brother?
Well, Mr. Brown, sir.
It's Mrs. Brown. I'm a bitch ass nigga.
Mrs. Brown. Okay, bitch Brown. Bitch
very
Brown.
effeminate.
Yeah, very effeminate.
I'm gonna cut my dick off.
Mr. Brown, my whole site is for all men of all races and creeds and colors. It's all about a mindset, sir. But as a businessman, I have to gear my business toward my clientele. If my clientele is over 95% non-black, I've got to adjust my site to my clientele because those are the ones that are paying the bills, sir. Not that I don't have black women on there. I do put black women on there. I do have black women. But Mr. Brown, I've got to gear it towards my clientele because, like you said, presentation is everything. It's like a nice, fine suit. And if your suit is all raggedy and shit, nobody's going to buy in. Again, you have to sell to your market. Sorry,
Okay.
Mr. Brown.
Okay, Mrs. Brown, thank you.
Mr. Brown.
Angry Man, why? I mean, I understand that, you get all these nice graphics and you get all these nice things. Why is your presentation of your product so good? Why you just can't have just a collard green sandwich on your shit and just juice coming out everywhere?
Well,
know.
Reginald,
He said, Reggie.
given the fact that I'm an artist, I want to make sure that whatever I present looks proper, and I'm really big on corporate branding. So I want to make sure that everything I present is uniform. I want to make sure that everything you see is consistent. So you may see my logos and my format change, but it's small adjustments over time, because the moment that you go on YouTube, like, I want to stand out from everybody else. So if you see one of my thumbnails, I want to make sure that you automatically know the moment you spot it, that's Angry Man right there. That's an Angry Man thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? And I have noticed that a lot of people have started putting colored borders around their thumbnails and shit. I've noticed that shit on YouTube. That shit's starting to piss me off. But I try to make sure that everything is uniform, everything look like it's supposed to look, so it's presentable, bruh. You know how it go. Where you at, Reggie? She just disappeared.
Reginald disappeared like a motherfucker.
You just vanished. Just vanished out of nowhere.
Yeah, he gone, dog. You scared him off, dog. Damn, put the cigarette away, man.
Shout out to the chat. Everybody like the video. Well, we got Reginald. I don't know where Reginald at, man. Like the video right now.
Yeah, like the video, guys. Support the movement.
For sure.
Hit the like button.
We got 191 right now and get it 200.
Yep. So damn, Steve, I didn't know that your demographic is 95% non-black.
Yeah, it's 95% Asian, Spanish, white. It's huge, man. Yeah, but I just put it out though. I just put the information out, and it's just those are the ones that supported me. I've never gotten the support of I get black. I know I do get black support though. I'm not gonna say I don't. It's just that the demographically wise, it's more.
Well, it makes. Now that I think about it, it makes sense, because a lot of times brothers are a little too prideful to ask for advice.
Oh yeah. So but again, non-black guys they'll push their ego aside and they'll ask for help. So, but I help anybody. I've got black clients, but it's just unfortunately the majority of mine 95% non-black. So, but it's just business. No, it's just business. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's how it is, man. You gotta get to the bigger market. You need to cast a broad net sometimes. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I caught a lot of flack. Like I had a lot of people, I had some ads for my shirts, and a lot of the models in the ads were like multicultural.
Yeah.
So people was telling me, yo, why you ain't got no black people? Well, the crazy thing is some of the ads did have black people.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized is it's not the fact that I didn't have any black people that they had an issue with. It was the fact that some of them wasn't black people. That was the issue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man. Like you gotta, if you want to be able to do business and make money, you gotta be able to, your business gotta be universal. You gotta be able to offer your business to everybody.
Got to be exactly. That's what's so great about, man. And I can speak for Island too. We our business is for everybody because what we're teaching, a mindset has no race or color to it. It's just that, like you're saying, it's just some of our brothers feel that they don't need the help when they need the help, but they rather not do it. So I mean, again, I can't put a gun to their head, but
Oh, I see why you disappeared, Reginald Brown, old pizza eating boy.
Yeah, bitch ass niggas get hungry too, brother. Whole ass niggas get hungry too. We need to eat. All right, let's do two more now. I'm gonna let you guys know it's late, probably where you guys are at.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Let me start with Mr. Black this time. Okay, so let's see. So poor business. Okay, so listen. Natural disasters. I'm not going to really hit on that because that rarely happens. That could be a reason why any business fails, no doubt. Racial discrimination by non-blacks. Okay, this is going to be a good one. I really want Anthony, Brian Logan, and Mr. Black's take on this because they're a little bit more. I'm a little bit more liberal when it comes to racism and white and blacks. I'm a little bit more maybe liberal than they are. But black businesses can fail when non-blacks engage in racial discrimination in the form of refusing to become customers of the business, refusing to supply or contract with the business, engaging in extreme anti-competitive behavior that is motivated by race, and deciding against extending finance to the business. Actually, discrimination is a logical part on the part of non-blacks when one considers that they're. And to be fair, he says discrimination by non-blacks and discrimination by blacks, 12 and 13. So he acknowledges both things.
Okay, that's good.
I know you're ready to get on that.
Oh yeah,
he's ready to have a finger up. I know. Most logical persons will agree that individuals feel most comfortable with those who look, think, and act like them. Therefore, it should be no surprise that black businesses experience racial discrimination. All right, let's talk about 12 and 13 because he's talking about. Let's first deal with the discrimination by non-blacks. I want to go with Mr. Black. Before we do so, I had a brother on the channel named Taylor Made Dreams. He's living in Sosúa, Dominican Republic. I don't know if you guys ever saw his channel, but I did an interview one-on-one with him, and then I did another hangout with him. Yeah, actually appeared on Brother Pill podcast number 3. And he talks about in Atlanta, there's a Chinese restaurant. Steve had that look again. You see Steve, he's trying to concentrate here. He has that. You see that look?
Yeah, that look. I'm ready. I'm the cock. Let's go.
So what he's saying is he saw a Chinese restaurant in Atlanta, no big deal, but it's all in Chinese. Meaning that they are looking for a business, but they are not necessarily looking for white businesses or even blacks to support them. Because all of their writing and their menu is even in Chinese, right? I thought that was very interesting. But let me ask Mr. Black, starting with this. Do you think that black businesses fail? One of the reasons why is because non-blacks don't support them. Is that a reason?
Not at all. Like Steve Dean just gave the game up. I think superior products and services always win. I don't care
I think you're right.
Who sells it. You could be superior products and services will always rise to the top. I don't care who sells it. And I would say sometimes some of the most racist people are going to be some of the first to partake in what you have to offer. Because at the end of the day, you can't deny superior products. You just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of what black businesses do is the same as what a lot of black people do. We make excuses for poor performance, lack of preparation, low levels of creative thinking, and we want to blame the system when in all actuality business is always going to reward the best product and the best services, period. I don't care who brings them to the market. So that's what I had to say about that. And I just don't believe in the whole racial ideology when it comes to business. Now, it is, situations where you may be in competition with other businesses, and other vendors may or may not want to do business with you based on their racial proclivities or whatever. But at the end of the day, business is business. If you want to make money and you want to be a competitor, it's going to be at the detriment of that racial person to not do business with you. And business is cutthroat. And it's not a racial thing. It's just a business thing. At the end of the day, some vendors may want to squeeze you out, but you never know what, deals they may have with your competitors. So it just all depends on how you navigate in the world of business. And I think it has less to do with racism or anything to that sort, and more to do with, what gives you your competitive edge.
I actually agree 100%. And typically I'm more, out of all the black conservatives, I would say I'm a little bit more easier on blacks on certain things, but I definitely agree 100% with what you just said. What about you, Anthony Brown? Oh, look at him. Anthony Brown Logan then fixed his shit up nice too.
Hey man, I'm trying to be like Angry Man. I got that from Angry Man. Hey, I saw everything on there, and also CDD Williams. I was like, you know what? I got to tighten up, man.
I got it from Steve.
I love it.
I got to tighten up.
I got to tighten up good, man.
I'm the only nigga over here fucking up still. Okay, go ahead.
Step in your game of superior product.
I know, man.
Yes, sir.
Know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I did that just now when y'all was talking. I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna stick up on you, man. Right now.
That looks good, man. Looks good.
All right, but yeah, man. Like as far as that is concerned, you don't got to worry about that. Really, if anything, you got to worry about producing a good product. Good product is gonna supersede all. If you got what the people need, it doesn't really matter who they buy it from. I don't care who I buy my product from. It could be the richest person in the world. If the product is good and the price is good, that's what I'm gonna do. And really, a lot of the personal stuff doesn't even really exist in business for the most part. Like, oh, this is my friend, this is my cousin. Nah, is the product good? Is the price good? Is all that matters. All the other stuff, I think, doesn't really matter that much.
Again, I actually 100% agree. Let me go to Angry Man, because I'm pretty sure the non-black issue we're all probably going to agree on. The black issue, I think we're all going to agree on that too. But Angry Man, what is and shout out to my man Big Carlos Jean, man. He just donated Super Chat. He's a big time supporter of the show. Admin in the chat. What do you think about this when it comes to terms of black businesses doesn't do well because non-blacks don't support it?
That's something else that I don't believe in. Just like the brother was saying, if you got a superior product, see, the thing about white people and people of other races aside from black people, they will pay for something if it's quality. Mm-hmm. They don't have a problem with race or nothing. Because whatever business I was in when I was a tattoo artist, I had just as many white customers, just as many Latin customers as black customers. You know what I'm saying? I had, as a barber, I cut all types of hair. I cut black hair, I cut Latin hair, I cut white hair. Like, if you're good at what you do and you have a quality service or a quality product, other people of other races will spend money with you. In fact, they'll actually spend more money with you than black folks. Mm-hmm. True. As much as I hate to say it, they will. They'll spend way more money with you than black folks. That's why when I asked Steve earlier, I said, damn, Steve, 95% of your clientele, I know you balling over there. Real talk, man. It's like people of other races don't have a problem paying for quality, paying for quality services, quality products, they'll pay you for it and give you a tip, so something I don't believe in.
What about this, Steve? I mean, because you already touched on it already, but
yeah.
I think Steve. Well, I'm not going to start with Steve with that because he already answered the question. But let's talk about racial discrimination from blacks. I think all of us on this panel.
Yeah.
And to be fair, before I say this, I have my business is strictly for black men. I would not be in business if it were not for those people, for you, brother. So I appreciate you. That's why I call my website the NegroManosphere.com. I don't expect non-black men to support it. I expect you to support it. So in my terms, even though I do have some issues here and there with brothers have been really good to me as I provided them the kind of products that they want. But we're going to get some really interesting issues. Like, should I get back into my Reginald Brown character, or should I just be civil? So we can have some big fun with this.
It's up to you, man. It's up to you.
I'm talking about music because I got a lot of water still left to cry these tears.
What?
Anthony Brian Logan, he over there texting Jimmy, talking about when she's gonna come over. But let me ask you this,
yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Do black businesses are not successful because black people are discriminatory against a good product, even if it's black?
Yeah. Well, I won't say all. I can't generalize.
Okay.
We are. It's going to suck, but to say, but I know if I did products for black women, I would make a fucking boatload of money. I'd have women support, black women support, just up the wazoo. But unfortunately, for a lot of black men, they just, not all, they will buy. They are black men. Again, it's a different class. Again, I don't even look at it as black men. They're just classes of black men. I instead of just saying black men, I rather go into the classes, because I do have classes of black men that do buy, but there's a lower class that won't buy, that wants me to give it to them free, give it to them by discount, or they don't even want to try at all. So in that situation, O'Shea, it's sad, but again, I can't, I can only like even with Angry Man, everyone said, I have great product. I have great product. My testimonial stand for my shit. I always tell people, don't trust me, listen to the lives I changed. But when people go there and they see the stuff I have, they get excited. But then all of a sudden, when they go into the store and look at how much things cost, all of a sudden, they yo, man, how to say, big dog? Hey, man, hey, man, I ain't got it really, man. Can I get this discount? And then when I say that to anybody, whatever color you are, when I say no, then I'm all kind of bitches and shit, because I'm not supporting the black man and all this other stuff. So it's more of a class thing to me. But what's even sad for me, and I'm sure maybe everybody has experienced this, the support of black women for black people are better than the support of black men. Black women will support black women or men doing things like, they did, like you have the simp, you have your simp shows and shit, right? You talk about all them brothers who are simps. Nothing but black women support. Nothing but black women support. That's just the case of it. I don't necessarily
was on the hangout, and I'm gonna go there with at least 2 simps.
Yeah, so
the other night, and they was getting all kind of money.
Yeah, so yeah, that was well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'll take it a step further. The dude Derek Jackson.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh yeah,
he makes a killing. He makes a killing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if I had if I didn't have a pair on me, if I didn't have the testicular fortitude that I have, I would be able to make a shitload of money because I know what to tell them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, I'm alive, man. I really don't care. I tell the bitches whatever they want here. Mm-hmm. Like I could tell them if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I can't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Like I wouldn't be able to like look in the mirror, man. So, Yeah, he's making it like, yo, Derrick Jackson out of all of like, he's the king. Let me tell you something. He's at the top of the hill. He's the king simp. Like he's making a killer. Yeah. I found out how much that dude was making. That shit is ridiculous, man.
How much is he making?
What? He's doing like public speaking engagements.
Yeah, he
like
making cake. He making cake.
Like he did. Like this is what he'd do. He'd do a freaking he'll do a video. Like he'll take pictures on Instagram and stuff. He has a freaking, I think he has like one of those what do they call the little thing in the middle of the mall?
Kiosk.
Kiosk.
Yeah, one of the pop-up shops.
Yeah, he has a kiosk where he sells like, I guess he sells simp shirts. I don't know. Boy, he stood there and he stood there at his kiosk and he held the phone up and took a picture. There was literally a line.
Yeah, it was a line. Yeah.
Going all the way back. The line looked like niggas waiting for Jordans.
Exactly. Yes.
And then he did a picture. He was at a freaking public engagement. He done a picture, and it was just a sea of black women in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this nigga is
niggas
making a killing. And I can't knock his hustle. I know he don't believe in all of that shit. But
let's just talk about this, Angry Man, because our business is more catered. We're like, I would say ABL and Steve the Dean Williams is not necessarily catered at a black audience. Now, even though ABL has a great love for the black community because he's always over here in the hood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If anybody thought that Anthony Brian Logan was something that he had, there's some things that Anthony Brian Logan has said that even I've been on his ass before in their response. I was like, man, that right there is lightweight, this and that. But when it comes to supporting black people, man, and have a deep love for black people, can't nobody tell me Anthony Brian Logan is a coon. He loved black. I could tell he's over here all the time. He don't ask for anything. He could be doing something else. He's concerned, you know. Yeah. But their main products that they have, which is the marketing, and Steve Dean in his own right, they're not reaching for a particular necessarily black fan base like me and you are. Now,
stick around because
you about to expand, huh?
Stick around because I'm expanding. Like, look, bro. Let me tell you something. Let's just go ahead and get this out the way.
Go ahead, yeah, man. We got to.
Let's just go ahead. Okay, number one, I said this in a live stream a couple of days ago, last week, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm trying, like, I can see the potential. I can see that my brand can be $1 million brand, but I know that there's no black folks is not gonna get me to $1 million. They're not. And then in addition to that, there's certain topics that I want to talk about and certain things that I want to venture into. And if I only focus on black people, like if I start talking about anime and I start talking about comics and I start talking about geek culture, if I only focus on black people, I'm going to be cutting myself off from a huge chunk of that revenue.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that I can do that. So, and then on top of that, I'm not one of these people that's, I wouldn't classify myself as pro-black or extreme. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, it's certain viewpoints that I have that kind of fall over into the conservative realm. So, I get that hatred sometimes where every once in a while I look in the chat room and I see somebody, Angry Man's a coon, So I'm not one of these people. Like right now, Steve has like a large chunk of his clientele is not black. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Some brothers would have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not in that line of thinking. Like, I love black people. I want to help black people. But if somebody else comes along and tells me, yo, Angry Man, the advice you gave was awesome, and it happens to be a white guy, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. So, I'm trying to transition because I hate to say it, but black sector of YouTube is a very small sector.
So let's stop right there. What you're saying is that because of even the reach that we have, it's so small, and the brothers that we have are not as supportive.
Yeah.
So really what it is discrimination against these brothers that we're trying to make the content for. And we've been trying to do this for such a long time, and we really can't take it to the next level with the small group of people that we have.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's all about volume.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're what I'm doing, you know, with my audience, and I'm pretty sure, and you're doing the same thing. I watch you do it every time you do a show. Minister Jap is doing the same thing. Like, we literally are training brothers to support brothers.
Yes. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, more so than anybody on Black YouTube. Yes.
Exactly. We have to constantly do videos where we have to tell brothers, look, this is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way we're supposed to be doing things. And then in addition to that, we're trying to show them an example of it by showing how we support each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it gets to the point where, okay, we can do that, but what about the people who don't have to be taught that?
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
Say that again.
What about the people? What about the people that don't have to be taught that? What about the people who are going to automatically support something that's quality? This is the difference. This is why you have, this is why, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it funky. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it all the way funky. The difference between us and ABL, and the reason why ABL has that plaque behind him is because ABL, his content is not specific to one race.
Oh, he's going there.
Yeah, go there. It's true.
You see what I'm saying?
You got to
in real talk, I can't do nothing but salute you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because at the end of the day, you look at somebody like Marcus Brownlee.
Yeah.
Marcus Brownlee has the freaking, I watched that dude go from being in a little apartment to being in this big freaking warehouse. You understand what I'm saying? And that's because his content is not specific to one particular group. And, you know, and there's people that's going to say, oh, that's selling out. Well, look, if you want somebody to be specifically just about Black people, then reach in your damn pocket.
That's right.
No doubt.
If you can't reach in your pocket, you can't complain.
Wow.
Let me get to Anthony Brian Logan real quick to get the finger up, and then we're gonna go to is it Mr. Black, and I'm gonna weigh in on it from a different point of view, and let's see what Anthony Brian Logan can strike up, because I know he has to have a good argument. He always does, but go ahead, Anthony Brian Logan.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the question I'm answering here? I don't even know.
So are Black people discriminatory against good products like what you have, what I have? You know, they don't mind paying it from the white person. But the reason why Black businesses fail is because Black people are discriminatory.
Nah, like for me, I get a lot of Black support, believe it or not. Like especially on my live show, I think at one point I had 4 Black women that called back to back from all over the world. Actually, I had a Black woman that called me from Italy. She was an English teacher in Italy. Has somebody in California. I had 2 girls in California, 2 women in California, pardon me. Young lady in Tennessee. People in New York, I got them all the time. So, you know, my content is not specific to one race. If it was Black center only, then I'm dealing with a very small portion of the population, but 12.6%. So, you know, if you target it to that small of a population percentage, and you're one of many doing it, you're gonna just cast you're not casting a broad net, and also you're not looking at the whole world. I get calls from all over the world. People in Australia donate, New Zealand, Japan, China, all over Europe, Africa, everywhere. So you got to be able to cast a very broad net to be able to get the kind of money you want. That's why MKBHD, Marcus Brown, that's why he's doing good right now. It's because he's not just focused on just Black Americans, you know, that are struggling or whatever. He's focused on everybody with these tech reviews. A cell phone can be used by anybody in the world So people are going to him for those people that speak English speaking countries. And then you got some guys that are taking it a step further and having their stuff translated in multiple languages. Guys like H3, what's my man's name? Phil DeFranco, people like that. They got their stuff out there to every country in the whole world. So it's not just one race, one country. They're talking to all human beings worldwide. So you got to be able to do that if you really want to be able to expand and get big. That's what I did from the beginning. And I had that plan from the start. I was like, okay, my content is going to be about hot news issues. When you watch the news, when you watch Lester Holt talking, he's not talking about Black-centered issues. He's talking about anything that's going on in the world right now that's really hot. He's talking about Donald Trump. He's talking about North Korea. He's talking about things that everybody in the world, especially the country, is going to be interested in. So you got to look at it like that. If you have a small net that you're casting, you're going to get a smaller amount of the pie that you could be getting if you had a bigger net that you cast in. If you, it's like fishing in the pond versus the ocean.
Let me weigh in on this from a very different perspective, and this is no means to offend anybody, and I'm not in my Reginald Brown mindset. The Negro Manosphere, I was criticized by choosing that particular name. Is how you're going to isolate people that would, read your blog, or you would be much bigger as a YouTuber if you have, more broad topic issues. I want to say this. If, so many times, like I said, we have to train Black people to do certain things. And I'm not against, making like Angry Man, he wants to take his product other places. That's great, But what I want to talk about is the amount of money that we are not seeing in different places of the world. I was changed by, I came back from Uganda, Dynasty Mirrors from my hometown. There's content for people in other places who are Black. And this is what I want to say. I am 100% committed to keeping the Negro Manosphere for Black people. I know that's crazy, right? I know that's insane. But what I will do, let's say, for example, I have a prepping column. That prepping column will be coming out for my Black male readers. If whites want to come in and read it, fine. But I'm not going to, me personally, I feel that if I can build a product that's specifically for Black men universally, it's a major, it can take off. And I know it can take off because there have been blogs in Nigeria, like Linda Ikeji's blog, for example, The Punch Nigeria, where it's all about something Black issue are centered around. Those people are millionaires without needing the help of whites, And I believe that certain things like that can be done. And I believe that to the core, a lot of Black people just don't believe in Black people. I'm not saying that you brothers don't, but I do, to the degree that I'm not going to sacrifice the idea that I need to change my content catered around to fit a certain group of people because I feel that it may be more money to me. What I'm saying is, when Hugh Hefner started Playboy, for example, he excluded every Black country on the continent of Africa that he wanted his readership to go to. He dealt with maybe South Africa. He left everything out in the Black world. Nothing wrong with that. And I feel that if my website is catered for Black men, if I have to keep it going and keep it improving it for them to support it, and they have been doing so far, I'm going to willing to die for that. I'm going to risk it for that. I believe that the reward is greater than the risk. And I believe at some point, Black people are going to have to start saying, listen, we need to be able to develop something and raise the quality of things, and we cater to a certain group of people. If that group of people will support it, they can support it. But it needs to be for this. And I'm living and dying by that. I'm inspired by Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, that I feel that I can build something for Black men. And I believe that this is a game changer. I believe that Black people need to say, okay, we need to start looking for this to support it, our people to support our products. Because one thing I noticed about this, when you take a Black business and you start including whites in it, and I'm not saying that there's anything bad about that, But typically, the more that I see, you know, certain businesses as they cater to whites, eventually they will be bought out by whites. That black business will be dictated by whites eventually. They will be phased out. And that money is controlling. And that's the reason why I do what I do with the NegroManosphere.com. It's for those reasons. And I'm not saying you guys are not wrong for what you're doing. I think that they make sense. Shea Moisture is the same thing. But I really feel that I want to be, even if I'm not the most successful person, I believe that we are showing that we can do business with black men, and it's going to be hard. And if we can keep at it, we can really blow it up. But that's just my point on it. What about you, Mr. Black?
Agree. I 100% agree. And the reason why I agree is because everything, I believe in niche marketing.
Yes,
I believe
I do that.
Yeah, everything ain't for everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, and sometimes you can dilute product to a point to where it loses its effectiveness. And you'd be surprised that you probably gain a white audience by keeping it the Negro Manosphere, mainly because people are going to know that when they go there, they're going to be educated on something new. Sometimes it's not about just, diluting yourself to the point of irrelevance, because you could do that. That's possible. So sometimes it's like, like put it like this. We tend to forget that I'd say 70% of rap music is consumed by whites.
Preach.
And it's not consumed by whites because black artists are trying to appeal to whites. Black artists are trying to appeal to other blacks. Yeah. But whites pick it up because they want to educate themselves on something new. And we can't negate the fact that the Negro Manosphere, it being that specific niche, even look at Shea Moisture. Now, I think that they're making a mistake, in my humble opinion. Now, I'm not looking at their numbers. I'm not looking at their books to be able to truly make that guess. But sometimes I think that Shea Moisture would serve themselves better by keeping it what it is. Keeping it what it is. And if white people want to join on to it, fine. But don't change up your system if it's been working. Now, say for instance, somebody like Steve Dean, his system works for him, and he probably has that audience because that maybe his product speaks to that audience in that kind of way. The Negro Manosphere, that is catered for a specific market, and it speaks to that market. I think, man, you got to stay with where you at, where you're good at, and I think success will follow if the product is superior at the end of the day.
The thing about Shea Moisture is that they had a white audience already. It's not like they were just 89% black. Right. It was about half and half. So all they were doing was just catering to the base they already had for the most part. And that commercial was part of a series of commercials. I think it was 4 commercials that came out, and that was the one that people got upset about because it had the white women in it.
Yeah. I remember the whole. I don't know all the That's why I say I don't know their business model to be able to make a definitive statement. I can't do that. But my point is sometimes you got to stay in your lane. You got to stay in your lane. It's something about that consistency and staying in your lane that success tends to attach itself onto, regardless of how you cater to whoever. You know what I mean? And I guess that's my overall point.
Okay, let me add to that real quick.
Okay.
Here's the thing with my channel that I've noticed. When I do topics that are specific to black people, the only way that topic is going to do numbers is if it's being critical of black women. It'll do numbers then. Okay. But even those videos can't touch videos like I did a review on that new Star Wars movie.
Preach.
That joint did almost 20,000 views in the first couple of days.
Right.
I did a review on Christopher Nolan's Batman. That's still one of my biggest. That joint performed crazy back when I didn't even have a following. I didn't even have, back when that joint I did 20,000 views on that video back when I only had 300 subscribers. Like, any videos that I do that are not like race specific, them joints do numbers. Like, I'm sitting back looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the fact that I'm trying to, it's never going to be a case where I say, okay, I'm going to dedicate my channel to white people. That's not what it is. It's just being, it's not falling in the category of the kill whitey.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
no
my
doubt.
whole thing. Because you know,
I think authenticity is always going to be king. I think as long as people are, you know, as long as you are authentic with whatever you bring, I think people are going to be attracted to it, no matter kind of what you do. If you have a talent for that kind of stuff, it's just going to work. But I think, you know, I guess my point is more so when you switch outside of your lane in a place where you're not even, that's not even where you shine or you glow, and you try to step into it to try to cater, then I think sometimes people.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
sometimes though,
that's what I'm saying. Like, right now, if I continue, like, I try not to make my videos race specific. Sometimes it just come out like that because it's issues that I'm dealing with, or issues that people around me are dealing with that I'm addressing. But at the same time, I have to be mindful that I'm alienating certain people, because a lot of the things that I'm interested in, a lot of things that I like, other people of other races enjoy it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
true.
I don't want to, like, it's different for like O'Shea with Negro Manosphere. Of course, that's dedicated to brothers. It's called the Negro Manosphere. But the whole point of me, when I first started my channel was dedicated to men, and men who were angry, because one of the reasons I started out doing this is because I tried to write for A Voice for Men, and they wouldn't, you know, they would only publish 1 or 2 of my articles. So it got to the point where it's like, okay, I want my own platform so that I can talk about things I want to talk about. So to me, it's like I've been put in that box. You understand? Like, I've had people put me in that box, and I don't want people putting me in that box. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. For me, for me, I just want to say, for me, real quick, is that when you look at guys, when everyone y'all look at the scope of relationships throughout the years, most of the people that buy and most of the people that are into it are non-black. For me, I never race specify any of my stuff. Never. I just put out thoughts and processes. And sometimes I test the market. If I mention something about, because I'm not a pimp, I'm not a hustler, I'm not a Mac. So if I mention something about Mac and pimping and hustling, then I will get black listeners. But if I'm just putting something out about meeting a woman or getting yourself together, or how to talk to a woman, how to communicate, how to text, how to kiss, how to fucking all these things that I teach guys, I just put it out there. And like I say, I sit back, and I've always done it. I put it out there and I sit back and see who grabs. And like I say, the majority of my for every, like, if I get 5 emails, 4 are from non-blacks, 1 from black. So, and again, I don't make the rules up. I just, again, I don't want to make it specific to blacks, because I'm trying to teach a mindset. I'm not trying to teach a race or a color. But unfortunately for me, the market of non-blacks are the ones who want the help and are not ashamed to ask for the help. A lot of black men don't want when it comes to relationships, they don't want to ask for the help, or they don't want to get help or anything. So
that makes sense. That makes sense, though. I mean, I could definitely see, you know, non-black men, for one, because non-black men tend to rely on, again, systems more than anything. They don't try to reinvent the wheel as much. They're not trying to, like, and on top of that, you know, black men are considered, I would say, swaglicious. You know what I mean? Like, we tend to be able to, I mean, you got to understand, we're the poorest men on planet Earth. And for us to have the access to get the female attention that we garner, with us, with our economic position, is masterful. So I would think that a white guy would serve himself well by listening to somebody black tell him how to talk to women. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Well, it's like the Elvis Presley. It's the Elvis Presley thing. Unfortunately, for us black guys like myself and Alan, it's you have white. This is how it works. The white guys are going to learn from Alan and myself. They're going to take what we know and create this self, and they're going to. It's like the Beastie Boys coming into rap. You know, rap was black, but as soon as the Beastie Boys or Eminem comes in, they get the influx of white support and all others. I'm not complaining, but that's just how it is. They'll go into the neighborhoods and grab the information, and then they'll twist it and use it themselves. So, but again, there's no complaint. It's just how it is, man.
It's just how it is. Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that, because I mean, that's one thing that I've always known. You know, just going to school in a multi-racial school that I went to. Especially high school, and just seeing, man, let me tell you, I'm just being honest, man. Nobody got badder chicks than the black dudes in my at my school. Nobody. I'm talking about that's white chicks, Spanish chicks. When it came down to the baddest chicks in the school, it was they always gravitated towards the black men. And that's just it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Let me say this real quick. I want to make a point. I have many people. Let me tell you the importance of niche marketing. What I do. There are many people who have more subscribers than me, more views than me, right? But because my niche is so specific, I was able to get 267 Patreons in 120 days. That's the kind of support that I have because my niche is so specific. Let me tell you about another guy who has a much more smaller specific niche and gets Patreons like that too. You could say Obsidian Media Network. You know, he has a very small portion of his content is for specific people, but it's a specific niche. A lot of times when we talk about YouTube views and YouTube subscribers and making things more broad, yes, that is true. You would get more views and more subscribers, but does that necessarily equal more money all the time? And let me finish. And my thing to that is no. I'm gonna say that the support that I get in my niche is stronger than most people who have 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers.
That's probably
you can look at my Patreon, you can look at somebody else's Patreon who has 200,000-300,000 subscribers. And the thing about it is that if your content is a little bit sometimes too broad, that doesn't mean that, are you trying to make it for a specific. The people who do the niche marketing, those people are much more successful long term. No, they don't have the biggest, a fan base all the time, and necessarily I don't do my YouTube videos to get the most views at all either. I'm catering when I'm doing I'm catering to a specific niche, and that niche is the reason why I'm able to live in Europe. I think if it was more general, I would be a little more fucked off. And that's why I think a lot of people, I have the fan base that I do have because of the way that I do market. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I just want to say this real quick. You're absolutely right. And again, this is why I always, when I talk to, what a lot of people don't understand is about me is that behind the scenes, I talk to and help black people out all the time. They don't know that, but I try to do all the thing I can for blacks. But what you got to understand is that you have, like you say, niche marketing, and again, I don't want to mention his name. I just call him the Kane. You have people like that are doing more harm to black men because they're teaching black men how to be weak and bitch made. You know what I mean? But that's here or there. But again, I tell all the people I talk to, having subscribers is great because you're gonna get a little bit of influx a little bit of payment from YouTube. A lot. You'll get paid depending on your subscribers, but you got to look at another way. Again, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but the money I make on the back end from what I do kills like I say, I don't get as many clicks on my YouTubes, but all I need is 10. Give me 10. All I need is 10 people to watch my video to go on my website, and I can flip my money at least 5-fold than I would by getting like 100 clicks. And again, I respect everybody here who got the clicks. I wish I could have as many clicks as y'all have, and I respect and love what y'all do. I wish I can get there, and I'm trying to get there. But again, it's don't look at the clicks, look at the buyer of the click. How many of those clicks, how many are buying what you're selling? That's what needs to be looked at. But again, no, I mean, y'all are doing well.
That's my point right there. That's my point right there. I'm glad you said that, because here's the thing. I have a little over, I'm getting close to 16,000, right? That's my number. But of that 16,000 subscribers, I maybe have 200 hardcore fans that watch all the time, that donate, that's willing to, buy products. That ratio, 200 out of 16,000. That's a different ratio if it's not black people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I hate to have to say that, but that's a reality. That is an entirely different ratio. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I've set back and I've paid attention to, because I'm like, damn, 16,000, like, come on, like, and luckily for me, I came across somebody like Steve the Dean and Kevin Samuels, because they, gave me some tips how to capitalize on some of the things I'm already trying to capitalize on. So that helps me out. You feel what I'm saying? I'm making the most of what's there, but my thing is numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just like you, O'Shea. And when I see those numbers like that, I'm like, damn, that would be a different ratio. I know it would. Just coming from other businesses that I've had, I know that would be a different ratio if it was a mixed group of people.
Right. No, that's definitely true. I'm not debating that at all. And I'm gonna get to the next one, because this is good discussion. This is what I want. This is what I do want to say, because you're completely right. White people and non-black people do understand, know how to support other things. But I think with the Negro Manosphere, and what I've noticed, I've been using Facebook ads in Lagos, Nigeria, and in different places. Talk to Steve the Dean about it. Just we have to understand that. For example, what's this one chick, man? She's a what's her name? Angry Man. She was on the Breakfast Club about it last week. Minister Jap did a video about her. She's like a little booty model, or whatever. She's from New York, Puerto Rican chick.
Bernice Burgos.
Oh, ABM, boy, you know girl.
I don't even know about
hey, man, from my club days. Hey, from my club days, I did a few flowers with her on it, so I know who that is.
So he knew. He's like, oh, Bernie. Oh. I see you.
What's her name?
Bernice Burgos.
Android boy on that prepaid, huh? I see what you did. Boy. Listen, so Bernice Burgos, whatever, she got paid $50,000 to appear in a club in Africa, and even some of the Nigerian artists like Davido, they're making more on stage, and some high profile artists in the United States. What my thing is this with the Negro Manosphere and what as black people, I think what we're looking at is there are a lot of black people in the world. And when I do something now, I'm not looking for just the black people who are, just in America. I think the blacks, we have to be concerned about potential people who are everywhere who is black. There's 200 million black people in Nigeria by itself. And, I have the Negro Manosphere, so at least 100 million of those are for black people. I mean, and that's my more take on it, is I would like to see people with an Angry Man pull up an Angry Man video in Kano, Nigeria. I would love to see. I go to Kampala, Uganda, and here's Anthony Brian Logan come out the bathroom with 3 big booty African chicks before he gives a speech on the necessary need of conservative politics. I want to see Steve the Dean get some black pussy for the first time since 1992.
Hey, get the to catch your bottom. I knew he was gonna say something. I just brought this. I just wanted you to
do it too, because you know,
man.
This is what I'm saying, brother. What the thing that I want to encourage you. You know, and I'm like, I gotta be like Booker T. Washington at the Atlanta Compromise. I'm encouraged. You know, what I'm saying is, what Angry Man has started with black men. You guys understood. Mr. Black knows this. Angry Man knows this. When we were doing black men videos last year was not where it is today. There was no industry like this. I know you're getting tired. We ain't gonna keep you up too long. We almost done.
Oh, I'm good.
That's a passion stuff. I know. It's no time to go. It's Sunday night football and all that.
So what I'm saying is, this industry that we are starting, that we are building, is taking time. And I think once it catches fire with our core group, every other group is going to come. That's my take on it. I want to stick with this core group at least for another year or 2 or 3 years. Then you're going to have Mexican people wearing Angry Man t-shirts. That's my take on it. That's why I see for this and what it is for.
You might be right.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We have black women donating, and I can tell you this from, you know, I'm one of the most harshest people against black women, man. Harsh. I'm not gonna say I'm close to Tommy Sotomayor because I ain't too damn far from it either. And I see black women that's moderating for me now. Black women that's donating. You got more donating than I do. Is your content for black women? Fuck no. It ain't against them, but a damn sure ain't for them. These people are gravitating for you for a reason, you know. Let me do this next thing, and then we'll Angry Man getting tired, man. You know, he's an assistant minister at Mount Angry Baptist Church.
That's a rejuvenation yawn. That's what
it's a rejuvenation yard.
Let me do this last one, and then we'll stop for the night. Risk-hating behavior. In the world of risk, there are 3 choices: be a risk lover, be a risk neutral, or hate risk. If you're in the business but find that you are indifferent to risk or that you hate risk, you're probably in the wrong business. Business is all about taking risks. Let me stop there. I will start with Mr. Black. Got a lot of black people, a lot of good business ideas. They know that certain things will work if they put the money. They just don't like taking the risk to start that business.
Oh man, I can speak from personal experience, man. I just spent like 20 grand on a business system for my this new business venture, that I'm getting ready to spend. No, but initially it was 30. Yeah, and the thing is, and it's just for information. It's just for information on a new system that I'm trying to implement. But this is the thing, you know, I hate risk. That's you know, when you say that, you preaching to me. I'm a very cautious person. I'm a very analytical person, and that, you know, that sometimes leans more towards being more of a analysis paralysis type of person, where you just overthink a situation before you actually make a move, and then things have to be perfect before you actually make a move. So you preaching to me when you say that, but the thing about it is, man, risk is everything. Most of the things that I've ever got great success from, it was when I was the most fearful, when I had to be the most comfortable in uncomfortable situations. That's where most of my wins come from. Now, sometimes you lose your whole shirt. That happens. But when you win, it makes up for everything. So yeah, I definitely believe in taking risk. You know, and all you can do is just try to mitigate as much as you possibly can, but you can't get around taking risks, man. Balls is where having balls is where success lies. Period.
Let me get to Angry Man on this because you know, risk-hating behavior, and you touch on some things, Mr. Black. Is that a reason that a lot of black businesses don't do well, just because they just don't want to take a risk to lose?
Yeah. Some of them, you know, this is why, like, me personally, I don't care about risking anything. Like, I'll risk it all. It doesn't bother me to do that. But at the same time, you know, I came up, you know, a different way. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in business that I could risk right now that would scare me, because of the simple fact that, you know, I've been a hustler in a Commonwealth state. So You know what I'm saying? I've been in positions where I was risking a hell of a lot more than losing a business.
Right.
So business wise, you know, legitimate business, that's easy, you know, as far as risk. But there are a lot of black people, they don't want to take a chance. They don't understand the concept of risk versus reward. You know, they don't understand that the more, like, the bigger the reward, the more you're gonna have to risk. The more you're gonna have to put up, the more you have to put on the line. But yeah, I think that is a big issue with black people in business. Because black people want it laid out for them. You know, right. They want the perfect, they want the surefire way to make money. They want the definite thing. This is why you see black people constantly oversaturating areas with the same type of business. You know, they'll hear, oh man, such and such is doing good with his clothing store. So what do? I'm gonna get a clothing store.
Right.
Or, you know, such and such is doing good with their salon. I'm gonna get a salon. You know, very rarely are they gonna look around at the business landscape and say, what is not here? What type of business is not here that I can get into? You know, and bring that business here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too, you know, that's too, you know, too much is up in the air. You know, so yeah, that is an issue.
Okay. Let me go to ABL. Risk hating behavior. What do you think? That was very well articulated anger, man, by the way. I agree with Quiet Storm Curtis. What's going on with the risk hating behavior in ABL?
Like I'm kind of out of it. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean what's going on?
Well, black people hate to take risks, therefore they don't have businesses.
Well, that's a lot of people. People are risk averse sometimes. They're scared to go into things, and a lot of times they don't really know what they're doing. That goes back to not having a business plan. When you don't have a plan, it's risky. It's scary to step out there because you don't know what you're doing. It's like skydiving without knowing how to operate a parachute. You're not gonna want to do that because you're gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, what do I do when I'm about to hit the ground? You don't know what lever to push or anything because you didn't plan out for it. You didn't prepare for it. People are ill-prepared and ill-educated, and that's part of the problem with being risk-averse. I think that's a big a factor in it. Yes, talk about the single-parent households too. A lot of men are becoming more risk-averse than women because they're kind of scared. You know, sometimes it's not the case, but sometimes it is. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to get over your fear of being, not want to jump out there and do business. Prepare yourself for it, and you'll be all right. But that's part of the reason. That's the reason why we're risk averse, because of lack of planning and not just having the bravery you need to jump out there and do business.
Totally agree. And then also the last but definitely not least, my man Steve the Dean.
Let me piss everybody off again. O'Shea, how many people you have in your room listening right now to the show? How many people live?
173 watching. How
many likes do you have right now?
219.
Okay, well then I was about to say, okay, well then never mind. It took me okay. Well then I was about to say, because usually when it comes to risk, the reason why I feel most black people don't want to start business because most of them can't even risk a click or like or subscribe or push, appreciating the information that you're getting that most black people won't give to blacks. I mean, this is the kind of information white people pass on to white people, and what you're getting here are black men on this panel giving great information, great tips, and a lot of people won't risk clicks or subscribes or anything. That's number one. And number two, one thing, and how I know, I do a show every Wednesday, and I say for everyone, if you have a business or idea, I got a thing called Stomp the Dean. You tell me your idea, you tell me your business, and I will come up with a plan of attack for you. But again, I would say 97% white call in and ask questions. Black guys don't call in, and that's free information. So, like they're saying, it's the risk of, I don't know. There's two types of fear, O'Shea. You got the fear of failure, but then there's also the fear of success.
Oh, yeah.
And some people out there Okay, yeah, okay, I want the business. What happens if it blows up? Then what do I do next? How do I handle my friends or my parents asking me for money and all these other situations and things coming? So instead of dealing with that, I'll just stay where I'm at, and we call that camping. Instead of ascending, you camp, you stay still, you don't move. And if you don't move, you die, in my opinion. So, but that's all I'm saying about that. And again, I know to the ones that have clicked on O'Shea's likes and all that, that's great. But O'Shea, always getting your ass on this. I would start you. You should never have to pause your show, ever, to pause your show and ask for clicks. You should never have to do that, because the information and the individuals you have on here are so great and so powerful. They should be so appreciative of what you're doing. They should be doing that shit without you saying it. But when they don't, it proves the point of that they just don't want to donate the risk. So how would they want to donate and risk it in the business?
Wow.
I had a guy that donated $20.
Mm-hmm.
He donated $20. I did a video that he didn't agree with. He came in the damn chat room and talked cash shit to me until I blocked his ass.
See?
Because he felt like, because he donated $20, I shouldn't have said something that he didn't agree with.
Yeah,
like, nigga, are you serious?
I'll send that shit back to your ass.
Bro, there's been times where I was in a situation, and whenever something like that happens, I completely regret it. I may have spent some money on something thinking that, it was a good idea at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be $200-$300.
Right.
And I'll be mad, like, damn, man, I should have thought better with that. But I charge that shit to the game. I don't go looking for let me take this out on somebody. Like, come
$20
on.
though.
$20.
I would have smooth cussed his ass out. I wish one of you niggas would come in here talking about you gave me $20. Nigga, I will make a whole show about you. And put this water on my face and roast you like I'm ready to break.
This is what's so funny. I'm gonna show you something. The last time that I seen him in a comment section, you know where he was at? He was in the comment section right after that, because this was around the time that me and Obsidian was beefing.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time I seen him, he was in the comment section on Obsidian's channel talking shit about it.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do.
I was like, wow.
Hard to support people like that.
And they be over there donating money to Obsidian and shit too. Man, I'm gonna be on. Join your Patreon. I'm gonna join up with you because you talking real stuff. That's what these niggas do. Listen, let me do this, man, because this is quite late. I want to say, I really want to thank everybody. This is a really great podcast. I just want to also say this, that because of you brothers have supported the show and have supported people like me and Angry Man, the ebook How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours. Donovan Sharp, I just talked to him today, and David Simmons. David Simmons is a senior writer over at. He actually was. It's funny. He was a subscriber. Asked if he could write for the site. Obsidian actually sent him to me. He ended up being an exceptional writer. He's written over 30 articles for the site, and he will be also writing parts 1, 3, and 5 to How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours. And Donovan Sharp will be finished on Friday. Now, listen, we're gonna go into production with my boy Tariq, who is Tariq Hossein, who is I believe in where is he at? He's in India. He does the magazine, my old magazine. So he's gonna put the ebook in Bangladesh. I'm sorry, right? So we'll be able to send the PDFs to you for free. Now, you guys give us. Now, I don't have the Angry Tank or anything like that, but I do have this free ebook that we can give. Now, Steve, you got to send me your ad so I can put it in there. And also, if Angry Man, if you want to put any of your people that have done business with you as an ad, like Pressview, you can just send that information to me. I will have that in the ebook, and that will be for free. Okay. Right. So we just really trying to do this together, put this together for you brothers. We really appreciate you. What I need you to do, if you're not subscribed to the Negro Manosphere, I need you. He said, don't go. Oh shit, it's a good show. Nigga, do you know what time it is out here? People yelling on this motherfucker. It's 4 hours. What the hell you want us to do, nigga? Don't go. Nigga, yes, I gotta go. He one of them niggas you gotta call that call you on the phone and your battery be out. No, don't go. Nigga, listen. I'm on my second battery. Quiet. Go buy a charger. Quiet. Nah, shout out to Quiet Storm Curtis. You guys drop your emails in the chat if you are not subscribed to the Negro Manosphere, because you cannot get the ebook without having a confirmed email, right? So I'm going to use my email service to attach the PDF, and it's going to go to everybody who's on that email account. If you are not on there, you will not get it. So if you are not subscribed to the negromanosphere.com, drop your emails below. Okay, I've been collecting emails for damn near almost 8 months now. I got over 4,000. So keep dropping your emails there. And while you're dropping your emails, I'm gonna let everybody close the show out. We'll start with Steve the Dean Williams. Let everybody know where you can find him at.
Okay. I want to say to everybody, first off, I love the panel. Got nothing but love and respect for you men. It's an honor and a truly privileged to be around great men. It's second to none, man. I love this. And thank you, O'Shea, as well. And thank you for everybody listening. If y'all want to get with me, themanmindset.com. If you want to check out my YouTubes, it's very simple. Just go to stevesyoutubes.com. I made it simple. Just go to stevesyoutube.com. Go there, subscribe. And if you guys are truly serious about starting a business, call into my radio show tomorrow. I am here for you. Just tell me what you want to do. I will come up with an idea. Have a pen and a pad. Thank you.
All right, cool. And who's next? I think that's Ingerman or Mr. Blacker.
Oh man, look, it was an honor. I mean, it was an honor being on here, like always, man. And you know, my time been getting a little tight, so I haven't really been on YouTube as much as I want to be. But I definitely got a few of them that I'm working on. A few new bombs I'm gonna be dropping. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And you know, that's pretty much it, man.
I think if you got time tomorrow, man, we need to do the Africans versus African American beef, because I know you. If you guys want to do that, man, that'd be a hit. I don't know who's in for that, man.
They hate us. Who do they hate us?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you already started. They're gonna fuck you up when they see you.
Yeah, they are.
Keep playing around. But I'll do that tomorrow, man. African versus African American detention. That's a good one. If you guys want to get in on that one, you can, man. I know a lot. I know you've been weighing on that very heavily as of late, Mr. Black, and you know I've consistently held in on that. So I think we need to understand that. And so I'll do that tomorrow. African versus African American, the tension that's in America between the immigrant African blacks and the American blacks. Let's go to the ABL. Shout yourself out, player.
All right, well, hey, it's been great to be here. Shout out to all y'all on the panel. Always a good time with you guys. Very informative, very intelligent group. If you don't know me by now, my name is Anthony Brian Logan. You can find me at anthonyblogan.com. You see it right there on the screen, right below my face. And you can also find me on Google. Search for Anthony Brian Logan. Everything comes up, Facebook, Twitter, etc. But where I want you to go is to YouTube. That is youtube.com/alog, youtube.com/ALOGE. Check out my video I did just the other day where I had an interview with Roland Martin. I was on the show, and that kind of was a little crazy. Check it out.
Really? You had an interview with Roland Martin?
Yep.
Yeah.
How the hell? Where the hell I been at?
Yeah, I saw
that. I did that yesterday. Yeah, it was kind of messed up, but it was what it was.
It was messed up. What do you mean what messed up?
You got to see it. Huh? Nah, not really. Not really. Nah,
he tried to ambush him, man.
He tried to ambush me. He got me once, but the second time I got him. So you'll see it.
So he invited you on his show?
Yes.
How did you going some places? How did he get you?
You going places.
How did you
He said you go some places.
Wait, how did he find you though? Like, I mean, out of all people, how did he get you?
Hey man, it's the power of YouTube.
Boy, you are going some, but what? Bro, start donating to your damn. I mean, like, out of all, I wouldn't even think that he would. I know you were on Tommy Lauren, but I didn't think that he would be interested in somebody like you, because you don't really do black politics. That's what I mean. Because Wouldn't he go after somebody like Jesse Lee Peterson or something like that?
Well, I had a video about that the Procter & Gamble ad. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that because I was out of town for 4 days.
Yeah, it's an ad where they're talking about the so-called talk, and they say that all black parents. Well, it didn't say all, but what they were trying to say it was like most black parents talk to their kids about police brutality and white people, but I never had that talk in my household. It was always about how to duck down when them bullets start raining in through your window. That's what I heard. I heard nothing about no white people in police. So I said that in the video, and then it got picked up by a few things, by a few organizations. It got picked up by BizPac Review and some other websites, and it got like about almost 100,000 views right now. So it kind of went viral a little bit, and they saw it, and I can think there are people in they emailed me and said, "Do you want to come on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, and just to clarify,
I want
to give ABL some props. That nigga Roland Martin probably mad because you got more YouTube subs than him. I can't stand them little penguin mother.
I hate black apologists, man. I hate black apologists.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch the video and then I'm gonna do a response to it.
Yeah, Roland. The reason why dropping them gotcha questions, man. He good at that, man.
Yeah, gotcha like questions. One of them, he got me because I forgot what the answer was. That was kind of embarrassing, but beyond that, I was able to kind of get him. He tried to like get me to be upset and argumentative, but it didn't work. So he was just kind of like fishing for questions, like a fish out of water.
How long was you on his show for?
It was about 8 minutes.
Oh, so yeah, because he's a sneaky little motherfucker though. He's sneaky. He knows what he's gonna do. He got a little skill because he be trying to get niggas on the low.
He got me halfway once, but the other time I got him, I said he was angry and all this and that. So yeah, check it out.
Okay, I gotta watch that. Ooh, I'm gonna get my coffee together. So so Steve the Dean. See Steve the Dean, man, you don't hear what Anthony Brian Logan, man. That brother, he's on Roland Martin, man.
Well, yeah, well,
all-star cast, man.
That's all-star, yeah, because y'all talking about that. I was like, damn, y'all don't even know how white people do things. Y'all don't even know about kids and cops, do y'all? Y'all don't know about that shit. The camps, kids and cops.
Yeah.
How they take the kids and do things with the police officers. And never mind. Fuck it. Never mind. Never mind. I'm already the enemy, so let me just hold the ketchup bottle and just keep going. Go.
So where can they find you at, man?
You must be tired. I went first.
Threw him off.
I'm on that shit.
He was so shocked.
On that shit. Angry Man is the next one. My bad. Angry Man.
Yo, man, y'all can Google me. Google the Angry Man channel. You can check me out. You see it on the screen at Angry Man channel on all social media. You can email me if you want to get some advice. You can email me at asktheangryman@gmail.com. We can discuss the particulars. But yo, check me out. Check me out on Patreon. I got some exclusive content on Patreon. I actually got 4 different tiers on there where you can watch my old classic videos where I was in the car. I have one tier that's for the brothers, giving them relationship advice. I have one tier for the sisters, giving them advice. And then I have a keys to success joint. So go over there and check that out on Patreon. But y'all know where to find me.
All right. That's going to be interesting tomorrow night, man. So we're going to do that. I know Angry Man, he typically streams first. So I don't know if he's streaming tomorrow, but I'm, definitely what I try to do is let him get stream out the way. And then he comes on, and then we're going to do Africans versus African Americans. All right. That's going to be a heated one. I'll try to be as fair as possible. I have my criticism to Africans before. And actually, King Riches, man, he doesn't like it when I do these videos. So I would suggest he don't watch this tomorrow because it could get very ugly.
I forgot too. Tomorrow, we were going to do it at 8 o'clock. I'm probably going to push it up to like 6 or 7 or something like that. But me and Kevin Samuels, we're gonna do a hangout.
Okay.
We're gonna discuss the broke mindset of Black people.
Okay, so I can wait until whenever you get done with it.
Yeah,
okay, no problem. Cool. So whenever they get done is when we'll start. All right. So we'll give them a chance to do it. Like that's how we try to work it. Let them do it so that they can join us. I'm kind of like the backup show. And so they go first and then we strike later. And then so thanks to everybody coming on, man. It was a great show. Shout out to Steve the Dean. Steve, if you ain't going to bed, I might call Steve right now because it's early for me.
Oh yeah, I'm up for 2 or 3 more hours. And Angry Man, I need to talk to you as well.
Used to do to me.
Okay.
He would email me message me all types of night. And I'm 7 hours the fuck away.
I don't sleep, man. I'm working.
But see, now situation has changed and shit, so I can fuck with you now. When I'm up.
I'm up for a few hours.
See, I had to change my whole life to fit my American audience, man. It's hard because it's like almost 7 o'clock here in the morning. I got shit I got to do. I'm studying for my board. Shout out to pharmacology and doctors in training. I have just that, and so I work, a lot. So trying to keep everything afloat. But thank you, brothers, man. I really appreciate you guys. Another excellent quality show, man. I have some of the best YouTube buddies, man. Shout out to Reginald Brown and your 35,000 YouTube pages that you made up tonight. Shout out to all the people, man. I love you guys, man. Omar Ali, shout out to you, fam. I always see you. D-Train's Bunk, David Simmons. A lot of our fans, man, like they will hang out with Angry Man for 4 hours and come in here, hang out for 4 hours. Sometimes I see people donating in both chats. So thank you, brothers, man. We really, 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 really are trying to build this network for you. I'm trying to get these Negroes to stay over here so they don't leave. Okay, a lot of them tired of y'all black asses. Okay, Anthony Brian Logan tired of your black ass. Dean tired of your ass. Angry Man tired of your
I'm gonna pull a Dave Chappelle on niggas. I'm gonna be like,
tired of your black ass.
I quit.
Mr. Black is tired of your black ass. He will change his name to Mr. White. Fucking with you niggas.
Oh shit.
We are all tired of you niggas, but we do this because we love you guys. Yeah. We ain't really asking for a whole lot of nothing arm and leg. We just want you guys to enjoy the content, support us. That's what I will say about it. As long as you're making good stuff, money will come. As long as you have good things, money will come. One thing I would suggest, anybody trying to get in the YouTube game or any business, worry about making it good first. Everything will come later, your fans and all that. Shout out to everybody, ABL. I really, really, really am proud of you, bro. I just have to say that.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Appreciate that.
Good shit.
Not only were you on Tommy Lauren's show, it was funny. I remember your story because you just bought a computer that day, a laptop, to do that show.
Yeah.
And now you're on Roland Martin, man. Now I have to say, man, I got a lot of love for you, brother, because you have really, really grown, man. And I thought I grew fast in a year. Nigga, I haven't done shit. I thought I was bragging about it. Nigga, I have to made a jump. And I'm like, this nigga's on Roland Martin.
Hey, that with the moment I heard he was on Roland Martin, the first thing that popped up in my head is that's awesome. Not only for ABL, but just for everybody, because birds of a feather. That's just a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, you're doing a really good job, and just the fact you come over here to the hood, man, and hang out.
And held up his plaque though, dog. That was chopping. I'm trying to hold up a ketchup bottle. This nigga hold up plaques.
Even though ABL has a lot of subscribers, the subscribers that I have we have over here in the hood, our subscribers support, man. When they go over into ABL's chat rooms, man, I'm pretty sure some of them donate and stuff like that. They see them, they go support, man. So ABL has a lot of love over here, man, in the hood and the ghetto. I saw Jay Miller Speaks Out. I'm here earlier. He was laughing and shit. I wanted to get him on there, Linda. But thank you guys. We're really building a strong community over here, man. The Black Manosphere is alive and well. It's a strong, strong community over here. Last night we had Kiriaki Jones from the SYSBM movement and them. We're just really coming together for the brothers, man. So be here tomorrow. African versus African American is going to get heated. There's going to be some more Reginald Brown crying on here, some more water on the eyes. All right. So get ready, man. Thank you guys. God bless you. To everybody, if you don't believe in God, whoever you believe in,
atheist here. Hey, we need to do a show on that one of these days.
Is God real?
Who's God? Who's that?
Ooh. Oh boy.
Hey, that might be a show, dog. Y'all, I don't know who y'all praying to, but I guess.
Is there a God?
No.
Okay, that would be.
I'm a God. I'm a God. I feel I'm a God.
Okay, that can be tomorrow. I'm gonna ask the panel. What would you rather do? African versus African Americans, or is there a God?
Yeah, I just want to know who.
I will take a vote.
Yeah, who y'all praying
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'll be 5.
All I gotta say, All I gotta say is the evidence of absence is not the absence of evidence.
This a bitch. Ain't this a bitch? Man,
I thought he was sleepy.
I know. He real for real. Man, I'm going to die. Hey,
what do you guys think? Let's take a vote for these guys. What would you guys? ABL, let's start with you. What would you rather do a topic on? You may or may not be here. I know you're busy. You got millions of shit like that, but
yeah, I got my show tomorrow. But for me, I say African versus African Americans.
That's one, Mr. Black.
I would go with Africans versus African Americans.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Decide and vote.
What do you think, man?
Same thing. I'm not messing with these black folks and they God.
Hey,
so Steve, it really don't matter what the fuck you got to say.
I want to go Africans versus blacks because I don't believe in African Americans. That's some shit Jesse Jackson came up with when he was running for the presidency thing.
Okay,
so let's call it what it is. So we ain't African American. Y'all need to stop that shit. Y'all black. I know. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Hey, y'all want? Hey, let's go. Let's eat.
What time is your show? ABL, time is your show?
Can't be talking.
Oh well, somebody just went ahead and just sealed the deal right there for you. Look at that super chat.
That's a sweet. I can't even. Okay, so we'll try to hold up tomorrow. ABL, he may or may not be able to come. He has his own show, but thank you guys. We'll do the African versus African Americans tomorrow. Appreciate you, brothers. We'll be on sometime between I think 8:30 or 9. I don't know. What time is your show starting again, Angry Man?
I'm gonna try to do it around probably 7, and probably I'm gonna try to wrap it up by 9.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying.
Do you want me to try to do it earlier and then lead into your show?
I mean, it's up to you. Either way, it's up to you.
If Angry Man starts at 7, Steve.
Yes.
You down the rock around 5?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, yeah, and that way it's better because that way our show will lead into their show, and then that way you can start your show with already 100 some people already in the chat, and then we can just link it.
Cool.
Okay. All right, so we'll do it like that. So Kevin and Angry Man can everybody could just follow them to that show. Okay, cool. We'll do a little bit early tomorrow.
Cool.
So ABL, if you hear, man, you can jump in too.
All right, if I'm
here, you got all them girls, man, on your thing. They say, I see you in Roland Martin, Daddy. See you in there. You gonna call me back?
I'm here. But my thing, it's a 3-hour show. So if I'm here, maybe. But if not, I'll catch y'all another time.
Yeah, I got a question in the phone, man. I see you get the little BlackBerry and stuff. Go ahead.
I got a question for ABL before we go.
All right.
Sometimes when you walk in there, like when you walk in your office, do you just stop sometime and just admire the plaque? Just do the pose real quick, like
look at it for a little while. Yeah, sleep with it the first night. That's what I want to know. Put it under the pillow.
Did you perform?
That's it, Nick. Oh my God. In fact, when I get my joint, I'm gonna take a picture admiring it.
Anthony, is it all of the above? Tell the truth. Look.
Shit! Richard 8209 just donated 50. God, he's rich.
That's what I was telling you. He made the decision. Did you see his super chat with his?
No, I'm so busy laughing with you, Negroes.
He said African Americans versus black.
There you go. You shut that shit down quick.
Yeah, man. You know, dude, somebody had dropped some money in here. I didn't even know. I think Angry Man told me, "Hey, man, you got a donation." Oh, what the fuck? I be so busy interacting with y'all, I be forgetting.
Yeah, at first I was like, damn, man, y'all be getting them big donations, man. CG3 Charles Gilmore III was in there one day, and I was talking about something. I don't know what I was talking about. That joker dropped that. I was like, God, how much? Yeah, I ain't gonna say how much it was. That's tacky.
It was a goddamn though. It was a goddamn.
It was over. Was it over?
Like, I was sitting there talking, and I was sitting there. It's like that, but add a 0.
Wow.
Yeah, but add a 0.
I said, I was sitting there talking. I was like, yeah, such and such. He dropped
a G in there?
Nah, not a G.
Half a band.
Half of that.
500.
Yeah.
Hey, he's cool, brother. Dude. He's a moderator for me, man. That dude
he's a good brother. He's a real
man.
Good brother.
Every time he comes in, he drops something. I'm like, dude, what do you do? But I just goes to show you, man, we're on the right track. So again, man, much love to Anthony Brian Logan. I'm actually gonna go, Anthony. When I come in your streams, man, I always drop something. But I'll drop you some Polish money and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come in there tomorrow and drop you some Polish. And shout out to Anthony Brian Logan, his boy Bye Pie, man. moderates from my channel, he be over here donating too, man. So that's why I always show the love, man, when I go to ABL's channel. Every time I come in there, I'm always tricking. As soon as I come in there, I trick. Ain't that right, ABL?
That's right, all the time.
I be in that motherfucker tricking. Hey, charge it to the game, player. All right, look, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I'm about to call Steve and talk some shit and cuss his ass out.
Yeah, no doubt. And I gotta call Angry Man. You pick up your phone, Angry Man. I gotta tell you something too.
Yo, so. And you guys gotta get before we go. Be going to production, man. Send your ads for your people, man. Angry Man in the chat, but you want me to put it.
Well, I'm gonna talk to Angry. That's what I'm gonna call Angry Man about. I'm gonna talk to him, chop up some stuff with him real quick.
Right now, you want to call him right now?
No, yeah. You call me, but I'm gonna call Angry Man real quick, and I'm gonna throw him some game real quick.
Okay. Because I don't cut your ass out real quick for no reason. Okay. All right. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, Mr. Black. If you can make it, man, let me know. Okay.
For sure.
Please come, because you really be on them Nigerian. They hate you.
They hate you. Hey, Mr. Black, just say back to them.
I gotta get the fuck up out of here, Mr. Black, man. Are you Mr. Black? You're not on Facebook, are you?
I am, but under my, I do have a page. Okay,
I'm gonna send you my email, man. Add me on Facebook, okay?
For sure.
We can holla. All right. Peace out, man.
All right, I'm calling you, Angry Man.
Okay.